They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's all out on Miller Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. Bill Clinton going dumb. All out the scraper, stunner boys here. Mission is the major, watch your girl before I take her, cause I'm on the strip shining. We don't move like no clock. But boy, it's big time and lead a block to my youngster, cause boy, it's big grinding. 20-inch rims, freaks on film. She eat her, why she eat him? You already know who game tougher than leather. We throw parties that go dumber than ever. Young niggas wildin' out, shaking they dreads. Boy, is you biz or is you smack? Cause you all out the window with a face of a triple stack. I'm money hungry, plus I need all mine. Rigs on the beat, you gon' see our shine. Why you think they call us a dummy foe? Cause we stunt and we stunt hanging out the dope. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's all out on Miller Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Some boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's all out on Miller Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. Every time I hit the block, boom, drop the stack time. Candy on them dumb things, bumping for one time. I'ma do the fool like I'm mental and ignorant. Jumping at a stop sign while I ain't giving it. Throwing up the block cause you know when I'm feeling it. We ghost ride the whip like we ain't even feeling shit. High feed, call a stunner boy. Tennis shoe every whip, now who's stunting boy? At every function, sideshow, neighborhood event. You catch me dipping in the scraper with the 16-inch flip. Reppin' PA, Menlo, Northern Cali finest. If I'm scraping past $1, mean the police right behind us. We don't care, we going on big perp and X pills. Stunner boys, they stunting the block on big wheels. Get big skrills, cause they ain't fucking with us. We in the building and we feeling like nigga with us. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Stunner boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's all out on Miller Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Stunner boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's all out on Miller Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the block. I got a few of my young niggas all out the window. Stunting up the block, niggas know with their info. We dipping, we stacked, our rims are stacked. Plus we smoking on that perp, we leaning back. They know we coming up the block, holding the meanest stacks. When you stunt like them stunners, you get mean with racks. Candy paints on the model, we mean at that. Bumping nothing less than 15s and holding us at. And we'll teach you how to stunt. All through the bay, we ride candy and blunt. When we come, the show shut down. No field goals, all touchdowns. Police come, we get those down. High speed and run them through the whole town and get away. I'm not locked like Akon, supercharged kick, running on stop sign. They holler who that is, hanging all out the window. Stunner boys and they going off the endo. Where they from? DP's all out on Miller Park. They go dumb up in them scrapers. See them coming up the
Hold up, let me run one more. Hold up. Before we get in.
You are now tuned into another installment of Easily Rigged. Dad dude, Big Rig slaps two of the dopest to ever do it, you feel me? Put some respect on their name.
we can definitely finally get into it. Y'all know what this is. Another installment of Easily Rigged. What up, Big Rig? How you
What's up with
feeling, bro? Hold up, let me get something right. Hold up. Okay, for sure. Let's get straight into it. Let's see who we got in the building. We got Eda Man sliding through early on a late night. He's sliding through early when it's late. So shout out Eda Man, Risa Neal, none other. Hello, family. Please hit the like button on your way in. Definitely do that for us. The likes are free. It will not cost you a fee. We got none other than Mr. M3 himself in the building. Shouts outs to Easily Rigged. We got none other than the Intellectual SoapBox in the building. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Also, follow us on Rumble. And Risa Neal feels like she's vibing to the beat. And you know the beat, the editing, the productions is done by yours truly. So, shout out to me, and also shout out to Big Rig Slaps too, because he is nice on the ones and twos. And M3 is asking, who is hooked from this entertainment? Are you getting your daily dose? Is this just enough? Is this your prescribed amount, or are you overdosing on this dope content? And it's very potent. And once we late, we not gonna waste no time. We get in right into the topic, and let me go ahead and pull it up right here. Entertainment overload. Are you hooked? And let me just start this like this. So when it comes to entertainment, most people use social media as the scapegoat and say, hey, people are addicted to social media, but social media is just one form of entertainment. They have games, whether it's Candy Crush, Angry Birds, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Madden, 2K. Those are forms of entertainment. Also Netflixing and chilling, HBO, Paramount, Peacock, any of that stuff are forms of entertainment. So while some people say, hey, I don't even be on social media like that, they are typically indulging in and engaging in another form of addictive behavior. And usually sometimes it's shopping, right? Sometimes shopping is entertaining to people because they're scrolling these infomercials, watching these videos on TikTok or Twitter that are advertising sometimes some very useful and creative products. But a lot of times you don't need it. It's entertaining to see, hey, look, they came up with some new product that I don't need. I'm going to buy it. That is a form of entertainment because some people do get a rush. That's why they call it impulse buying, right? It's kind of a rush for you to think, hey, should I buy this? Shouldn't I buy it? And you feel rewarded. Hey, I worked so hard, so I should be able to buy this overpriced item that I don't need. There is something that's rewarding about that, and you also become addicted to it. You can become addicted to shopping, almost like mindless eating. When you're sitting in front of a screen, you're so used to grabbing and chewing something that even when you're not hungry, you sit in front of a screen and grab a candy bar, you grab popcorn and other things, because subconsciously you are being rewarded for that entertainment. And it can become an overload. Eating donuts is okay, but eating donuts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day is not okay. Watching Netflix series is okay, but watching Netflix series for 10 hours straight for 2 weeks is not okay. So enjoy yourself, but be very moderate and conservative with your time, because time is the asset that you can't get back. It's your most important asset. But think about this. When it comes to money, people say, hey, I don't want to waste it. When it comes to your clothes, you say, hey, I don't want my clothes getting messed up. I don't want to waste the money that I bought on these clothes. But oftentimes people are not saying, you know what? I don't have that many years left on earth. I don't want to waste my precious time. Think about that. They'll waste all of these things that they can get back. But the thing they don't waste the things that they can get back. But the thing that they can't get back, the time they waste the most of, they neglect time the most. What you think about that, Big Rick?
I think that's a fact, bro. And I think the thing that really stuck out about everything that you was just saying was the part on the social media and how people will nitpick and have their quarrels with certain ways of entertainment, as you was putting it. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they'd be like, "Oh, you spend all this time on YouTube or on Instagram or Twitter, Facebook, whatever. You spend all this time on there, but yet they may spend all their time playing the game, you know, or doing something of that sort, but they don't think it's on the same playing field." You know what I'm saying? And it's just funny how you
yeah, well, it's just like some people, they try to say, hey, well, my addiction is not as bad as yours. So
right.
Some people will laugh at a dude and say, man, this dude smoking meth all day, but it's like you do coke all day. Yeah, but at least I ain't meth. Man, I still got my teeth, man. At least I ain't doing meth. So you're shaming one dude for their particular vice. And some say, I don't do drugs at all. So I'm going to ridicule and humiliate you guys for doing meth all day, but you gamble all day. You're just doing
or you drink all day, you know?
Correct. So you're addicted to something else. Some people are addicted to triple X adult videos. So some people don't smoke, they don't drink, but they're rubbing one out all day to adult video stars.
Right.
So you're addicted to something else while ridiculing someone else. So we all have our different vices. Some people are addicted to work out. You know how they have toxic and detrimental habits. They have healthy habits too, right? Some people are addicted to reading, right? Like they can't really put a book down. Like, dude, stop reading. That's a healthy habit. You still should do it in moderation because you don't want to be so immersed in the book that you're not taking the time to value your life and value the other people around you. But there's all forms of addictions. Some addictions could be positive, but most of them are negative and detrimental.
Yeah, that's a fact. Just like soda and all kind of stuff, man. People have their own addictions. But I just like how you brought that up because you know, it's just kind of wild, man. You know, people have their own get down, you know, but in reality, it does need to be moderated, man. You know, that's the bottom line. Just like the topic, bro. It's too much, man. And we speaking for myself, I let it consume me a lot. You know
I think we all do, bro. So let me get to the chat because it seems like they might be agreeing with what you're saying. And L Cool J says, this man telling the truth. Shout out L Cool J in the building. Salute to my brother Stan Joseph sliding through on a late night. And we got none other than the lovely lady K Marion represented in the chat. And Reese Neal says, yes, most of us have a vice. So Big Rig, while you are able to admit your faults and say, look, man, I'm a go getter, I be getting to it. But there are some times that I be kind of catting off, slacking off, you know, and I could acknowledge and admit that. In order to rectify it, I have to call it out. And L Cool J says, folks spend their whole weekend binge watching shows. Sometimes I had a lazy weekends and I don't have I've been working so hard where I say, you know what, I'm gonna just relax. And I binge watch shows. And let me tell you, you'll watch a whole series and then you think like, what did I do with my time or weekend? All you did was watch a show and live in a alternate metaverse, alternate universe, because you get so enamored with these shows. You know, a lot of people start thinking that they're part of the cast or they know the characters personally. So these shows are some are well produced and highly entertaining and highly addictive because they have cliffhangers and you want to keep seeing, oh, what's happening on the next episode? Is there another season? Then after you finish the season, you kind of clamoring for more, like, oh, that series was good. I wonder what else they got out there.
Hey, so you said people people mess around, watch the series, bro, get so into it they think they know the characters, though.
That's facts. I mean, some
They get
people,
to telling you about it like they was right there with them and everything. You feel me? In the whole scene.
bruh, all of these main shows, they have crazy cult like fan bases, whether it's Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Star Wars. They make groups specifically for that, and the way they talk about these people as if the person is actually that character. I'm not saying
They get sweated in real life.
yeah, they be saying, oh, so and so, this character died, RIP to him. He could still be alive, but you know, they
Right. Yeah.
show recognition and sentiments. You know, even with Walking Dead, there was a character named Daryl. Some of the fan base was like, if y'all kill him off, I'm boycotting the show. Right? He's not gonna pass away in real life, but some people are saying that's unacceptable. In this like entertainment sphere, don't kill off my characters, you know. And shout out to none other than OG Patrice in the building, coming through on the late night. Shout out to OG Patrice representing. I know she just did a great interview. I think they flagged it as soon as
they playing with OG.
As soon as you see people uniting and trying to unite and conquer versus be divided and distracted. See, they don't mind us being divided and distracted, but once we try to unite and conquer, people start going bonkers and they start kind of stream blocking, thought blocking. Not thought, I mean thought blocking. But some people do be thought blocking too, but that's another stream.
Hello.
And she says YouTube was harsh. Sunday was an informative stream. They were extreme censorship. And I've seen other platforms where they're literally, like I said, you can say nigga all day, nothing will happen. Try to say some of these slurs about the other team. And it's crazy because some people actually can say slurs of any nationality and it'd be cool. But if you don't got the complexion for the protection, you can say the N-word all day, but just don't say anything else disparaging towards the alphabet community or any other one. But disrespecting black men and black women, black children, yeah, go right ahead. No one cares about that. Green light. You'll actually get boosted for that. It's actually more lucrative for that. But start talking about politics, even if it's true. I shared some stuff about health benefits, nature, things that you can take naturally. And they were like, we don't know. They said the fact checkers was like, we don't know. So hold on, y'all fact checked me, but it came back inconclusive. So if you saying it's inconclusive, clearly you can't say that I'm wrong. They're just saying, we don't know. It's on shaky ground, so we gonna pull it. And you already know if you talk about anything about the C19 injection, you know what will be happening with that. So the censorship is real. And that's why I tell people need to be able to link up in person. People need to actually email each other, call each other on the phone, and just be able to interact outside of YouTube and certain social media platforms. So sometimes people will criticize these platforms, but they're heavily reliant on these platforms. So if I say, hey, move over to this platform, it may not be as popular or have as many viewerships. So then people say, hey, I'm not going to go there. But now it's like you're doing the same thing. You're chasing clout and viewership. Because even let's just say Rumble, for example, of course, Rumble ain't popping like YouTube. But if all the people that are dedicating the energy to YouTube go over to Rumble, guess what? Rumble starts popping. But some people are always waiting for someone else to do it. They tell me, man, we need to build our own. Have you started it? No, but I'm going to just complain about people building our own. Well, how about we network on some other stuff that someone else built? Right? You could say that, hey, the NFL players need to create their own league, or they can continue dominating the league that someone else built and use the resources they extract to build themselves up. Yeah, we can complain and say YouTube is not black owned. So what? We can use this platform to build and extract resources. That's all they doing to us, right? Come to the hood. Oh, this is a rapper. Let's extract his resources. Oh, YouTube wasn't made by us, but who cares? I'm going to get on it and use it to extract resources, empower, and promote betterment. It's not really conceptually hard, but people just got to be willing to conquer and unite, or unite and conquer, versus willingly and voluntarily be divided and distracted. But when we're talking about being addicted to entertainment, like I said, most people only fixate on social media. So let's just go with the social media aspect right now of the issue that we're talking about, of you being addicted to it. And these are some issues that arise from you being addicted. So there's mental health issues, because an overuse of social media has been linked to mental health problems such as anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. So the anxiety and low self-esteem typically comes from, it may be someone in your family or someone you went to school with, and you think, hey, we are the same age, we used to be on the same path, and now this person is so happy in a loving marriage, they have a car, they're debt free. I'm living my life as a loser. Well, that's what they're portraying on social media. But when you get around them, you're like, hey, bro, where's that car that you was flexing? Oh, that was my girlfriend car, or I rented that car. That was a rental. It's like, hey, bro, where was that chain you was flexing? Oh, that was my cousin chain. Hey, bro, where was them chicks that you was flexing? Oh, there was the OnlyFans stock that I paid for. It's like, so you start feeling a low sense of self-esteem because of what you've seen on social media, but it's all a facade. People are faking it to make it, and you start feeling bad and insecure about your ability and your lot in life because you think that you don't measure up to the people that you've seen on social media. But those people don't measure up, which is why they are faking it to make it, which is why they are perpetuating a fraud. So you can respect them for something that they're not. Right now, all I got to do is go grab a pistol and then flash it on camera, and somebody will say, man, he's Tookie Williams. You know what I mean? This dude got bodies on bodies. Even if you haven't seen me body anything, if I show a gun and say something that's savvy and saucy enough, then you think, oh, bro, he really with the shit. I might quite possibly be with the shit. But how do you know that just from me flashing a pistol? They say the real hitters move in silence. So why would you believe that the hitters move in silence, and then you see a bunch of dudes self-snitching and you think this is the dude? This is the hitter? This is the king? This is the beast that you're talking about? No, the beast doesn't have to announce himself as a beast. A lion doesn't walk around the jungle and say, hey, I'm the lion. The man of the house doesn't need to announce himself as the man of the house. The universe has already anointed me. The energy that I possess is already anointed me. The people around me has already anointed me. So when I come, I'm carrying myself as that dude, the man of the house, the king of the jungle. I don't need to come with a disclaimer and say, by the way, you know who I am, right? Nobody does that. Do you think Elon Musk goes around and says, hey, you guys know who I am, right? I'm Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos doesn't do that either. And I'm not saying that me or any of us are on Jeff Bezos' level. What I'm saying is you need to stand for something. The most prestigious title you can be is a man, master in all nature. That should be enough for you to stand for something and let people know, like, hey, look, I don't tolerate BS. I'm going to give respect, but it's non-negotiable if I'm going to get respect. What you got, Big Rig?
No, that's a fact, bro. But that whole thing, that whole faking it stuff, man, like it's too much, man. That seems to be more of the new norm. To kind of like just put a a whole fake image, and it's just ridiculous, man. Some people don't know how to separate reality from just like story time, bro. It's crazy. It's just I
They
don't know
don't.
how else to put it, bro. It's
You saying they can't separate fact from fiction?
I mean, in no type of way though, man. You know what I'm saying? To where it's just like,
Well, to them, the fiction is the fact. Well, if you tell a lie long enough, they
right,
start believing it.
you start believing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, and the thing that really is, I ain't gonna really get into it like that, but it is just, yeah, man. You know, you touching on some things, man.
And let me get to the chat there real quick, and then we gonna keep it rocking. And OG Patrice says YouTube has become heavily saturated. If I got a channel, what would be on Roku? They don't censor you on your own channel. So yeah, maybe we could, if you are abreast with the policies and strategies on getting a Roku channel, let me know, because it's something I've actually been considering. I haven't took the steps to work on it, but let me know, OG Patrice. We can link up and do something like that and establish our own network in that regard. Mr. Brian in the building. Shout out to the brothers dropping the 100. And Risa Neal says it's getting worse. I sometimes take my like back because it goes left very fast. Yeah, I have no issues of taking my like back. I have no issues of unsubbing. Now, I don't immediately unsub or unfollow. If you are just say something that I don't like, I'll say I disagree and move on. But if you are on some consistent tap dancing, anti-black, buffoon, imbecile stuff, then yeah, I'm gonna have to unfollow. It's no hard feelings. It's just I don't need that toxic, low vibe intellect around me.
Low frequency.
Stupid low frequency. You feel? And he says best support is to create a Rumble account and follow Knowledge and Relationships on Rumble. And that was yet another shameless plug. So go follow the Knowledge and Relationships on the Rumble platform. And L Cool J says fake likes, views, and plays. The bots run the numbers up. It's true. And that's why, as much as people say, oh, fake it to make it, man, I don't do that. I understand. And I'm not advocating for it either way. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but what I will say is that it is effective. It's up to you to determine what's right or wrong. I think his name is Damon John, the dude who originally made Fubu. He said the reason why he was able to put Fubu on is because he faked it to made it. He printed up a few shirts, and he would have the people here, Big Rigs, wear this shirt. I don't have, all right, take the shirt off. Here, M3, wear this shirt. All right, take the shirt off. Here, Be Easy, wear this shirt. Now I have a collection of photos.
And then you do the fake sales like you done sold out. You feel me?
Bingo. And then people like, man, LL Cool J bought it.
Right.
This person bought it. Man, I gotta buy one. And now
Right.
people start buying it off of the hype. But he never sold those shirts, and
Right.
he didn't even have enough shirts. So people start putting in the orders. And once they
Right.
put in the orders, he was like, okay, cool. I'm going to, because you give a reasonable time. Hey, 2 to 4 weeks that we'll send the shirt out. And once
Yep.
you do that, now you can also show people the type of revenue you're bringing in. Then you can get other investors and financial backing, whether angel investors, grants, and loans and things like that from the government. So I'm saying it can be an effective strategy. So people just need to realize if they have the, moral compass to go ahead with it, or say, nah, that's just not my steez.
Well, the thing that's caught my attention the last few days is, since we gonna, since we kind of on the topic of the fake it to make it, right? Well, now Instagram gives you the option to pay.
So with the blue check, they said, I think
$14.99 a month.
Yeah, and they already sold I think at least 44 million of them, and
Guaranteed.
they've already made like 600 million just off the blue checks, and this is in the first week
And
of them rolling it out.
And the thing is, right, is I know this is some funny shit, B, man. I know 4 people, right, that went ahead and did that thing, right? And now on they post, they talking a little shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
they,
you saying they swaggy
So-
with it now?
yeah, man. And I'm like, come on, man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They let that check get to their head. Like, it's
You saying they popping a virtual collar?
too hard, bro.
That's wild, bruh. Okay, well let's move on to some of the other, because we talked about the mental health aspects of being addicted to social media and other forms of entertainment. Right now, we just gonna focus on the social media aspect, but when we're talking about entertainment, it's not limited to just social media. So we talked about the mental health, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem aspect. There's also the time management aspect. So social media and other forms of entertainment can be extremely time consuming, and it leads to procrastination and neglecting of your actual primary responsibilities. So some people will say, hey, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to help my kids with the homework. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to cook a meal. And
Hold on, B, before you get into that, right? Because I know you finna go, but look, I gotta ask you this, bro. I mean, just keeping it 100, right? How far gone are we, bro? Like, how can like certain trends pop up and everybody, like damn near fucking 60% of the world, fall for it, and some of the shit just be the stupidest, corniest shit? How far, like, are we really like, are we just really that open, bro, to just follow anything, bro? Like, just really trip on that though, pimping. Like anything can be put out there, bro, and it's like people will fucking they'll just fucking they'll go to it, bro. How fucking far gone are we, bro?
well, there's really no answer to that question. When you say how far gone are we, some people would say that we're too far gone. And I'm going to show you Exhibit A.
Bruh. They
Some
can come
people
out
would
with a
say we're
yellow
too
hat,
far gone.
bro. And people are gonna get the yellow hat, bro.
So these boots are actually from a old school cartoon. So we gonna learn y'all something today. So a lot of people they have made up their own term for the boots, but let me show y'all the true origins of the boots. Let me see. Just give me a moment. First, Big Rig, would you rock those boots? What you think about them?
Absolutely not. And that's why what I said like about a couple of weeks ago, bro, like you can walk in a room right now if you had those boots and you would be killing the shoe game, bro. Somebody can have the newest retros on, some Yeezys on. If you come through with those cheesy ass trendy red boots, bro, everybody's gonna be like, damn, you got them things, damn. You feel me? And you looking like a straight dipshit, but everybody's gonna be like on that because that's the trend, bro. You know what I mean? It's wild, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't told a lie. You want to see whatever you got on right now, Big Rig. They say this is killing it. Those boots, the jeans, the belt, They say this is the trend, but when we are talking about these boots, just so y'all know, these boots originally come from a cartoon called Astro Boy, and that cartoon,
Astro Boy.
correct, and Astro Boy was created in the 60s, 1963 to be exact. That's exactly where these boots come from. So a lot of, and hold on, I even got a better imagery of that too. And people like, nah, that ain't where it come from. That's exactly where it comes from, bruh. And that's why you see there's really no originality, because this is where it comes from. Astro Boy. Tell me those are not the same boots.
That's the boots, bro.
Literally the same. Yep. Now I'm not a fan of these boots, and this is what I think is funny. Some people will be like, bruh, you got some shoes that pay less, or you got these LA Gears and the light up Skechers. But as soon as they make these boots from a character from 1963, I mean, these wasn't popping in 73 or 83 or 93 or 2003 or 2013. You get my point. But in 2023, these what are the hottest things smoking? How and why? Because one person of influence and social prominence wears it, and then everyone thinks that, hey, in order for me to show that I have bravado and that I'm debonair, I need to follow the trends. But I thought a lot of y'all said that y'all were trendsetters, but all y'all do is follow the trends. What trends have you set? You just follow any trend and do any challenge. You haven't set any trends. You're too afraid to set trends because you think, what if somebody don't like me? Go ahead, Big Rig.
Just some trends, man. Like when I was growing up, bro, if they were the trend, we wouldn't bend, bro. Like we wouldn't fall for it. And it just seems like that's not a that's no longer the fact anymore. Like people kind of just they go with it, bro. I mean, you got thug on the block type brothers wearing them boots, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, and back in the days, like we wasn't cut from that type of cloth. We wasn't wearing no type of tight jeans or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Even if it wasn't something hella, baggy or whatnot. But I'm just saying though, bro, like there was just a code of conduct and everything. And it's like all that is out the window, bro. And I just be really wilding out, tripping on that, man. Like, shit, when's it gonna roll back around? Like when your parents back in the days from the music and they time period and how they got down, and then it went from a whole different stage, maybe the rock, the punk, whatever. Then it came back around to something else. I'm waiting for this whole stage to fucking do a fucking turnover, bro. I'm done with it.
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. And like we said, it's I believe you said how far gone we are. I believe that in some instances it's too far gone. And let me say, because the other point that I was touching on was actually the time management aspect of it. So sometimes I send people videos all the time, right? And I understand we're super busy, so some of the video, I be respectful of people's time. So if I send a video, it's either going to be a very short video or a substantive video. The short videos may be something that pertains to your health. It may be something that's humorous. It may be, just an appreciation of art. But if I send you a video that may be 20 minutes, 40 minutes long, I'm either going to timestamp it or say, hey, this is worth watching the whole video. Whether you watch it in 15 or 20-minute increments, watch this. But most of the time, people don't do that. They say, hey, I don't have the time. And it's like, look, bro, I sent you a video that was going to help you with the stock market or help you with time management or help you lose weight. I sent the video, but because the video was an hour long, that was too long. But then I'll see these same people sit on a panel for 5 hours talking about goofy stuff. So, bro, you didn't have time to watch an hour video that not only will enlighten you, but empower you, but you have time to be entertained. You have time to be entertained for weeks on weeks on weeks, and then you want to complain and say you don't have the time. You do have the time. You just are mismanaging it. Go ahead, Big Red.
Nah, man, that's true, bro. We done touched on that before, man. We'll put interest in things that it ain't even really gonna help us, bro. But then the things that will help, we push that aside, man, over some bullshit. I'm guilty of it myself at times, man. Like, I mean, I can't even lie, bro. It's like, so even when I say how far gone are we, I'm not just putting that on everybody, bro. I gotta put that on myself because I be falling under some fucking goofy shit too, man. I had to get out of that whole Black Friday thing, bro. You know, like what is it, like after Thanksgiving or something, and then they do the
sales,
you know,
and discounts.
yeah, I used to like get at people and try to get the electronics and shit. Like, you know, hey, you know, y'all know somebody that's going to the Wooty Wop, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just
Some
stupid
people was
shit,
standing in line. Some people was
right,
camping out overnight.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and it's not even like you need this shit, bro. It's just you fall into it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't need it. You just convince yourself that you need it or try to rationalize that you need it, right? You may have a 50-inch TV, which is working perfectly fine for you, but it's like, oh, that 60-inch on sale. Like, bro, you don't even need a 60-inch, or you should have
Right.
got the 60-inch out the gate. Now, I'm not going to be talking because I got a 70-inch, but I haven't bought a TV in years, bro. I don't plan on buying one. I barely even use it, so I don't have any, man. I'm trying to get 10, 20 years as much as life about it. When we used to have those big brick TVs, those TVs lasted forever. Now we got these
You seen them TVs through your growing up childhood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Christmases and everything, you was by that
them
TV.
TVs was getting passed down. They were so heavy you'll blow your back out trying to lift them. Now I got
Real wood.
Bro, my 65 inches like, or 70 inches like 40 or 45 pounds. And I had TVs that were smaller and they weigh like 100 something pounds, you know.
Killing like 3 batteries. But you know what's crazy? Is I ain't even gonna bullshit you, bro. I will watch my phone, bro, over the goddamn TV. Like I'll be like a Netflix or something, because like it's right there. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing something or whatever, it's just right there. Bam, I'm peeping it out. Oh, why don't you put it on the TV? I ain't tripping on the TV right now. TV be fucking however big, and I'm looking at this little phone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how programmed I am, bro. It's wild, man.
I've been guilty of that too, because my phone is actually a decent size. And I remember there was times in the hood where we wish we had a phone this size. We was watching stuff off a smaller screen than that. So even though I got the TV, I'm like, I ain't tripping. I'm so used to watching it on the phone. And shout out to my cousin BJ. He locked up and he sent me a list of movies that he was watching in the pen. And then I was like, yeah, I'm about to watch that on my phone. And he was like, yo, phone? He's like, bro, why you? And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, man, this cat is in jail. He watching it on the phone. I'm doing the same thing as him. And I got this big screen TV right here. So sometimes I do snap out of it, but sometimes it is convenient because the phone, you can kind of put it in front of you, or you can kind of, you can lay a certain angle and still look at it. But with the TV, you gotta sit up straight and be looking at it.
Right.
And sometimes you like, dang, a Negro
You
neck
feel
kind
me?
of score. You feel me? So let me just look
You
at
may
it.
have a little time and pick up on the shit. You feel me? It's just convenient, bro. If it's on my TV, then I gotta go to it, find my timestamp. But if I'm already watching it on my phone, you know, I'm rocking.
You like it's up and it's stuck.
It's up and it's stuck, man.
All right, cool. Let me go ahead and move on. So far we've touched on the mental health aspect, and we're talking about the negative detriments of the overload of entertainment and social media addiction. So there's the mental health aspects, the time management issues, and also relationship problems. So social media addiction can interfere with real life relationships, because sometimes the people are spending more time interacting with strangers online than they are interacting with their own spouse or partner. And sometimes you're seeking validation more from people, right? Sometimes you'll be at the house walking around as a man or a woman looking dusty, right? You walking around the house in a bonnet and some greasy sweats, right? And the dude walking around the house, you feel me, with some holy boxers and you know, in a ripped do-rag, you feel me, smelling musty. But then as soon as you go to the mall, now he want to put on the cologne. Now he want to shower, right? Soon as this chick posts a selfie, now she want to put on makeup and everything. Like, hold on, you doing more for these strangers. You saying you love me and it's until death do us part, but you're not seeking my attention. You're seeking the validation of other people. And some people make the excuse that, hey, you're insecure. I've had chicks say, man, if you can't handle being with a bad, you know, a bad itch, why are you even, you know, why are you with me? This comes with being with a bad itch. Okay, well, if that's what comes with being with a bad witch, then get up off my broomstick. That's what I got.
You feel me?
Get up off the
I like that.
broomstick.
That was pretty fast and smooth, man.
That was
I like
freestyle
that.
too, you feel me? But no, it is true though, because this what will happen. Some people will say, man, we always arguing, and then they get on social media and they see all these people talking about relationship goals, and they think, oh, their relationship is so happy, and then 2 months later, the people that had the relationship goals, they broken up. Because it was all a facade. They want to act like, hey, I got this high value person in my corner, but it's all for likes. If you are that content and that satisfied with your partner and your significant other, why do you got to keep running to social media about it? Like, who, once again, if you are content with your partner, when you run into social media, you're not doing it for your partner, you're doing it for someone else.
That's a fact. And that's a problem. And sometimes, like, you know, if that person, man or woman, don't see that as a problem, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when you kind of go into that delusional shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we into each other and we rock with each other, what does it matter what anybody, you know, what, they don't have to see our every move or know our every play, or, you know, it's like that shit just gets a little wild, bro. It's almost like you trying to compete with somebody. Is there
No,
another?
it's not almost, it's certainly that. And
Well,
that's what they're
I
trying
just
to
have,
compete.
you know, I just try to be a little, you know,
Trying to be a
cool
little
with it. You know
politically
what I mean?
correct
I ain't
with it. I
trying to,
got you.
I ain't trying to be on 7 or 8 with it. I'm trying to be, you know, a nice 3. But, you know, it's just, you know, it's like who you competing with, you know, who you trying to impress, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Is there a new trend? Is there a new TikTok I don't know about? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? You feel me? Like, because the validation should be within y'all, bro. So when you say with that whole social media shit and relationships, man, that's more than a fact. And like, there will be people that'll be like, hey, You know what I'm saying? That won't get in the way, and that won't, if everything is strong and whoopty whoop, everything is good, and it's like, hey, I could dig that too, but at the same time, no, you know what I'm saying? Just I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know, man.
I hear you. And shout out to none other than Hanifa Nalia. Hopefully I said your last name right, but shout out to Hanifa. And Risa Neal says, I'm a phone person myself, listening to you all on one, playing games on the other one. Risa Neal, what game you playing? You on some Candy Crush? You on some Bejeweled, Angry Birds,
Seems like a lot of
Call
people
of
be kind of
Duty?
on some Nintendo. You know what I mean? The older kind of crowd, like they seem like they be Nintendo.
Okay, okay. Shout out to Nintendo. I grew up on that.
What's up, Von Bryant?
It looks like Von Bryan is on YouTube and Rumble. I need to step it up and get a Rumble account. And she says a lot of people are lonely, even with people around them. I do agree with that. And it's not as easy for people to just admit that they're lonely because
Mm,
when
mm.
because saying that you are lonely, sometimes people equate it to being a loser, right? A loser, no one likes me, no one wants anything to do with me. So sometimes people will hang around other people that they know don't like them so they don't have to be lonely, or so they can take some selfies and say, look, I actually have friends. I'm popular, but all you're doing is taking pictures with people that don't truly like you. It looks good for the gram. You
But you
may
got
make. Go ahead, Big Rick.
Well, I was gonna say, but you got to remember this too. Like say somebody says something like that, not saying you, not saying me, but just people. Let's just make it a kind of wide statement. There's some people that'll take that information from somebody, and then they put that on them, on themselves. Like like damn, they telling me that they kind of lonely, but yet I always, kind of be around or check with them or talk with them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like is what I'm doing is not worth, what I'm saying? Anything, you know what I mean? Like some people get to acting funny, you know what I'm saying? And I've noticed that, like, sometimes, like, just hearing certain people talk, they'll bring things to light with just other people. And it's like the people that they're talking to, and it has nothing to do with them. They take it as if, they're part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? When it's just like, fuck, man, I shouldn't even have said nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just like you can tell somebody you may, be around people and you may be feeling lonely, like, what I'm saying? I don't, whatever it is. And then that person will take it as if them being around you was never enough. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit. They just put it on them like that. If you can kind of get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get the gist of what you're saying, and typically that's a form of projection. Let me just get to the chat real quick. She says Park and Jam. I have never played Park and Jam, so I'll have to look that up. Seems to be probably
I
one
never
of
heard of
those.
that.
Yeah, me either. It's probably one of those addictive logic games. She says, not sure what that is. Maybe depression. I don't want to armchair diagnose here. And yeah, we're not giving. And just so we do the disclaimer, please be advised that what we discuss is not political, clinical, financial, medical, nor legal advice. This is for informational and entertainment purposes only. That's it. That's all. So don't try to come fact checking. Don't try to block the stream. Don't try to censor me or none of that
Everything I
stuff.
say is right.
Will be legitimate. Well, so far, I haven't told no lies because everything we said was factually correct, and the things that are opinions are just that, opinions based on our life
That's a big
experience.
thing, man. Like you gotta know when something is an opinion, man. Like it's an opinion. Everybody's entitled to opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's not like I'm trying to say it's fact. It's just an opinion.
Exactly. So we're clearly letting you know that. Okay. All right. So let's just kind of, but I want to touch just a little bit more on the relationship aspect of it before I move on to that. So, And you can speak about your situation personally, you can speak in general, um what you would kind of advocate for. But when it comes to the social media relationships or just the distractions, like, what is your position on that? Do you believe that, hey, people should be giving up their partner the social media password? Do you think that people should have a time limit? If you're in a relationship, say, hey, look, we're only going to dedicate X amount of hours to how do you believe that either you or that you would recommend people navigate through this distraction and divisiveness of the social media aspect in a relationship?
I think it would be good to set time on your social media intake. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anything is wrong with that. I think that's actually kind of healthy, bro, because just speaking on myself, eating and stuff like that, I used to not really want the phones to come out, but now it's just it's so such a norm, and I catch myself, bro. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's it's definitely nothing wrong with cutting that out, man, and kind of getting back to reality in that sense. But when you say and what I mean by reality, man, is not pulling out that damn phone all the freaking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to I don't have to film this meal, you know what I'm saying, or film this Sunday, or film this, whatever, this hell of a drink, or what, I don't got.
The one where where everybody making a toast. You know what I'm talking about? Where everybody's doing a toast.
You know what I mean? I don't gotta fall into that. But when you spoke on the when it comes to the password and stuff like that, no. I think that we're adults, we're human beings. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I would never try to want, what I'm saying, my woman's password, or, I mean, she's a fucking adult. You know what I mean? Like, if I gotta be with somebody that, I think I gotta check their passwords and check what's going on, and that's a lot of stress, bro. That's a lot of extra activity and time that just is not fucking, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? So I'm not into that. And if I have somebody that's like that, you know what I mean, that's just out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people do it. Some people, they have no problem. Hey, babe, here's, go through my phone. Go ahead. And that's cool. It's not like you have something to hide just because you don't. That's just, it's childish to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're adults, bro. Like, what the fuck? But
well, that's what many say, that you do have something to hide. Otherwise,
right?
Why wouldn't you give me the password? But it's kind of like, let's say I don't have anything illegal in my bedroom, and but I still want a lock on the door, right? And it's like, well, why do you need a lock on the door? What you doing in there, huh? You see what I'm saying? Like, bruh, could I just want this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Is it
for some extra privacy? I mean,
but then it goes into, well, why do you need that extra privacy? What are you doing?
Right, it's gonna keep going.
And the same thing with the phone, right? If they grab your phone and you got a password on it, it's like, well, why'd you put a screen lock on it?
Right?
If you don't have anything to hide. But it's also kind of a form of insecurity, and are just basically saying that you don't trust me. So
right.
So
to me, that's what that boils down to.
Yeah, so on one thing you're saying you don't trust me, but then you think that me giving you the password so you can just go through my phone at any time is going to suddenly build trust.
It's not. It's not. That means every time you have any thought or whatever, you're gonna want to go through my shit. And then that means I'm gonna always think, damn man, this motherfucker always think I'm on some other shit. You know what I
Then
mean? And so there's no win.
and you
So
know
that's
what
what I'm saying.
is no win.
If it's if it goes down like that, I'm good, bro. It's hey.
Yeah, and this is the thing why it's no win because people start projecting, right? Because it's, if you start being like telling your chick, "Hey, I need to go through your phone." Oh, well, why you holding it? You know, and sometimes too, right? You try to go through her phone and she doing all this stuff. Move, move. Like
Right.
you like, okay, what
Like
the
you a fly or something,
bruh?
right?
Yeah, you might need to crack that phone, cuz you might need to hack that phone.
Oh
But what I'm
man,
saying
dog.
is, typically when you start accusing her, you know what she gonna say? The only reason why you accusing me is because you projecting, because
You up
that's
to
what you're doing.
something.
But isn't that vice versa, right? She can be accusing you, and you can project like, "Hey,
That's
look."
a fact. That's a fact.
So let me know how y'all feel in the chat. Do y'all be going through y'all partner's phone?
Ooh,
Do
y'all
y'all?
better be truthful.
Yeah. So in the chat, do y'all go through your partner's phone? Do you approve of your partner having social media? Is there a time limit? Let's discuss it. Risa Neal says, I don't have the right. She says, like, I don't have the right to have a lock. That's a problem. You want to violate my rights to make you feel better. Thanks, but no thanks. And that's exactly what it is. You
Hmm.
want to violate my privacy just to
Hmm.
make you feel comforted. So let's just say I allow you to
And throw
violate
little
my
slick
privacy.
words as if I'm wrong for wanting to have my privacy.
But peep this. Let's just say that you allow your privacy to be violated, and then
Right.
they go through the phone and then they don't find nothing, and then they say,
Right.
okay, my bad, big rig. But now you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. You already revealed yourself that you don't trust me, and now it's like first you saying, big rig, I don't trust you, and then
Right.
then you prove me wrong, and then it's like, all right, big rig, you want to have lunch? Like, bro, you just said
Right.
you just said you don't want to trust me, and now you just want me to carry on with my day. Now you think by you exposing that sentiment that you don't trust me, that suddenly makes me trust you more. How does that make sense? And Risa says, no, I don't go through phones because I don't want anyone going through mine.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm with that too, right? Was they say in grade school, treat others the way you want to be treated. So don't go through other people's phone unless you're prepared to have other people go through your phone. I notice when people go through phones, they always do it super slickly too. So they might whip you up. Hey, Big Riggs, what's your favorite meal? And then you whip up the favorite meal, and then you got the itis, and you sleep and snoring because you like, man, that meal was so good. She
Hmm.
really loved me, and then you wake up.
Phone got fingerprints and all kind of shit on there, man.
You wake up to a cracked screen. You feel me? Because you, who is this? They didn't
She done
already.
cracked the code.
She cracked the code and cracked the screen. And she might crack your jaw while you sleeping, you feel me? And then if you wake up and retaliate, you know what? You're going to jail. So it's a cold game, man. So what they say, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen, man.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Hey, but social media, boy, oh boy, that can cause a freaking monkey wrench.
Yeah, social media could definitely ruin a lot of lives, man, and a lot of years of relationships that people put into work, you know. And it's not just only social media. I seen a video where this couple was married for over 20 years, and her hubby was on there looking up kitty videos, inappropriate kitty videos, let's just call it that. So he was addicted to that, and this was her husband. So it's not, some people think, oh well, I have nothing to worry about, my partner's not on social media. But your partner might have a let's just say a corn addiction, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's not social media, but it's still addiction and it's still neglecting, because you may want to, make love to your lady, but you can't perform properly because all you thinking about is all that bestiality stuff that you was watching, all of that hentai anime stuff that you were watching, all of these special genres of adult explicit content that you were watching. And now you in here trying to get busy, but all of these thoughts are going through your mind. And this is just not me babbling. There's countless studies, and I've actually known someone that actually had an addiction and had to go to rehab for being addicted to explicit nude content. But
It's a real thing.
it's definitely a real thing. So far we've touched on the issues of being addicted to social media and entertainment, and that so far that's been the mental health aspects, the time management, and the relationship problems that come from it. And now we're going to move on to cyber bullying. And I know some people think this is funny, but the social media addiction can increase the likelihood of you doing cyberbullying, being a perpetrator and or a victim. So some people don't consider themselves as a cyber bully because they think, oh, that's just a funny term. But what did bullies used to do in the school? Right? They'll hit people, they'll push people against the locker, they'll call people names, they'll talk about people's mom, right? They'll do all of these things as a form of bullying. And people will recognize and say, yeah, this is bullying. But then when someone does it online, they're like, oh no, this is virtual reality. That's not bullying. How is it not bullying? You said something that was nastier. The words and the rhetoric you were using was even more despicable than you would ever say to someone's face. Because see, when people are using the hard ER, you can say that online, and then when you say it in front of someone, you get two-pieced. But all someone can do is make some veiled threats online, unless someone doxes you and they pull up. But that's a form of cyberbullying. You doxing people, talking about people, ad hominem attacks, disparaging insults, and you don't want to use the term bully because you think people are too sensitive. But aren't you being sensitive that you're so emotionally triggered that you have to resort to calling names? Isn't that pretty intellectually juvenile? Isn't that what some adolescents would do? And you were supposed to be an adult, but you're carrying yourself as like a mature little bratty child, a petulant one at that. But we have been joined by an illustrious guest, Hanifa. Is that you, Hanifa? I gotta make sure you ain't trolling.
No, I'm not trolling.
Oh,
Hey, brothers, how are you guys doing?
like, do I have to verify what's up, sister?
That's o- that's okay.
No, it's all good. Yeah, so I know that you've been paying attention, so I'm gonna just kind of set this up for you real quick, and you can just kind of rock out. So the overall topic and premise of the show is entertainment overload. Are you hooked? So for, and like I said, social media isn't the only aspect of entertainment, but it's the most prevalent one and the prominent one that people talk about. So far we've touched on the mental health aspects, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, etc. We talked about the time management, how people are sometimes leading to procrastination and neglecting of responsibilities, the relationship problems that arise, where some people are catering towards an online audience or strangers online more so than their significant other. And right now we're currently at cyberbullying, and how it increases the likelihood of you being a cyber bully or being victimized as a cyber bully. So if there's any one of those, and I have three more to talk about after you speak, so you can just speak on any of those, all of those, and if you just want to go freestyle, or if you need me to formulate a question for you, just let me know.
No, I was just listening. I figured I was here yesterday hanging out, so I was telling them that I work from home overnight. So if the space is safe, I'll come up and hang out. Uh, um, but I was just listening in while I was working and while I was typing. Um, I think the thing that stood out for me was the relationship piece because I'll give an example. When I first came into the space, right, there would be nights that I couldn't sleep, right, and I would just be listening in to maybe a panel discussion or something. But I didn't even want to make my presence known in the chat because of the hours, because of the time that it was. Because I am a married woman, right? So I used to be like, I don't want these Negroes to even know I'm awake, you know? And so there are boundaries. I mean, I have come out of that mindset. It depends and what it is. There's certain spaces I wouldn't go in, even if I'm listening at 2 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't make my presence known or anything like that. It just depends on what's going on, if it's really toxic or not. Um, so there are those boundaries around social media that I think people should have in general. Uh, and then you were talking about the porn piece. I had an ex who was addicted to porn. Um, and we were engaged, and I found out afterwards. And let's just say from talking to him, what I learned is because porn tends to use a lot of women who are on the younger side, it can distort people's view, men in particular, their view, being able to, I don't want to say differentiate, but being able to say, yeah, she's 18, and her body looks 25, but she's mad young, right? Not being able to do that because porn puts you in a mindset of objectification. And once you objectify anything, you other it. That thing becomes separate from you. So, which means the empathy that would otherwise be there is not there. The compassion that would otherwise be there is not there, right? The discernment, the connection that would otherwise be there is not there because in order to other something, you have to separate it from yourself. You have to see it as a completely different entity. You have no connection whatsoever to this thing. And that is what objectification does in any capacity. So I learned, at least that's one of the things that I've learned, that the effects that pornography has on the mind of
Hold on,
individuals.
let me just stop you because
Sorry.
M3 is saying no. I like what you were saying, but apparently I think YouTube is super sensitive, so we got to get a little bit more creative. So
Oh, okay.
instead of using the P word, just you could say horn, corn, or I would say
okay.
adult films, triple X films, something
Okay.
like that, and then we'll know what you're talking about. Just
I,
because I think they're super sensitive with the algorithm. I don't know the extent of it, but it looks like M3 is just saying that. So yeah,
okay.
just any of that stuff, we'll know exactly what you're talking about. So
Thank you for letting me know because I was completely unaware that that was one of the words. So I appreciate that.
oh yeah, no.
Thank you. But yeah, that's all I was really speaking to was the porn piece and also the boundaries. And then you were talking about the phone. I think if you feel the need to pry, then you
Hold
should
on,
know
let
that
me ask you a direct question, and then you could build
sure.
from there.
Hmm.
So, what about the piece?
Hmm.
Do you
So, oh, sorry.
and you don't have to make it specifically about you. You can give a general answer, or if you want to, give your own anecdotal experience. But when it comes to the phone,
Mm.
are you Have you ever requested the password information for
Mm.
your spouse, or they said, "Hey, Hanifa, you can have Instagram or this, but I need to have your password"? What is your position on people being in a committed relationship and exchanging passwords to social media and or phone access?
Hmm. That's what I was just speaking to. I feel like if you get to the point where you feel you need to pry, then you should know that there's a need for a conversation. You probably need to ask yourself if that feeling of distrust wasn't there before, then what is it? Where is it coming from? Right? And if it's a thing of maybe you feel your partner has been moving a little bit more discreet and sneaky and taking conversations in the bathroom or whatever that is, then you need to articulate. You need to verbalize that. You need to say that. You need to have the conversation versus just guessing. You know what I mean? Um, Passwords, I don't see why you need the password to your spouse. They have the right to their privacy, whatever that privacy is. Now, I'm sure if you and your spouse have that type of a relationship, if you ask and they have nothing to hide, they will open up their phone for you. I mean, at least I would. But does my phone have a lock? Wait, let me check. No, I can't come out. I don't think my phone have a lock, but I've had locks on my phone in the past. But that's also because of the type of work I did.
Hold on,
Um,
Hanifa. Did you have a
mhm.
lock because you had something to hide?
No, that's what I said. It was because of the type of work I did, and I also don't believe in children accessing adult phones. And I have children.
Yeah, that's a great point because most people don't talk about that aspect when they're saying, because usually when you have a lock, I was just asking that question because I talked to Big Rick and
I'm
some
writing
people.
that down.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hanifa, you just gave a great talking point because some people will say, "Why do you have a lock on the phone? You must be trying to hide something. And if you ain't hide nothing, well, then take the lock off." And let's just say you concede that point and take the lock off, and you have kids. Some of these kids know how to use the phone better than you, right? And let's just say you've exchanged a racy photo between, you and your significant other, and then your kid is going through and being able to access that. That's inappropriate and very cringe.
I agree. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. The type of work I used to do, I used to work with at-risk youth, and you have your phone with you, and then also just being in the house with I don't even believe in children watching movies on phones on my phone or anything like that. So my boundaries are pretty solid around that type of stuff, and it's just because of the way I parent, and then also the type of work I used to do. But my lock isn't on my phone because of any relationship I was in or anything like that. I don't even think that was even on my mind when I put a lock on my phone. Yeah.
Okay, and I just want to ask you one more question before I move on to Mr. Best. So currently, we're right now on the cyberbullying aspect of the entertainment and Are You Hooked? Could you speak to that? I'm sure that you have witnessed it, but have you experienced that? Because you were bold enough to, at times when you're in a safe space, to cam up. You're also using your actual photo as your avatar. So once you do that, once you cam up and once you use your actual picture, you open yourself up to ad hominem attacks, right? And people could say any nasty thing about you. Some will highlight and say this person is a very handsome man, a very beautiful young lady, and other people will say the most nasty, despicable things about you. So could you speak about cyberbullying? Have you been a perpetrator and you been the big bully on the panels? Or have you seen people being bullied? Have you stepped in, intervened? Have you just left the panel? Go ahead and rock out speaking on that, Anika.
Uh, I think on okay, so I think virtually the hmm, the lines around the boundaries, I guess I would call them, around cyberbullying have been become very blurred. Um, just the word bullying, I think for a lot of people in the space, it's I think there's a level of desensitization around bullying that has happened. The more engaged we are on these virtual platforms, because you have people say things like, "Oh, that person is just sensitive," or they'll say things like, "Oh, that comes with the territory." This just very dismissive rhetoric around cyberbullying. So it's really hard for a lot of people to really define what's happening. I said the same thing for abuse. I would label a lot of what I see happening in the space as verbal abuse from men and women at each other, right? But somebody else may not, right? And they'll say, "Well, just log off, just don't go on, just but never. Yeah, we probably should talk to each other a little more respectfully. um and there's a conversation in this space to be had around victim shaming for me, because everyone is so afraid of being called a victim or to be seen as a victim. But if you are victimized in that moment, you are a victim. And the only way for the victimizer to be held accountable is for the victim to acknowledge that they are a victim. It's nothing weak about it. It's not you can hold a person accountable if you're denying being victimized in the first place. So as far as like cyberbullying, me personally, that's not what I do. I don't know. Absolutely not. I would never. I'm very careful, even specifically Black people, and that's also because I am Pan-Africanist. Um, I don't believe in arguing with my people publicly. I'm talking about like really tense conversations, name calling, degradation. I'm even careful with dehumanization because I think we do that a lot without realizing that we're dehumanizing each other. We don't allow each other the full access to our humanity or even our emotions, which is still falls under our humanity. So no, I'm very careful about that, specifically when it comes to publicly engaging with Black people. If something gets too rowdy, I will exit left. I will remove myself. I will, but stalking, bullying, and all of that stuff, I'm not even built like that to engage in that level of behavior. But I've seen it, and I think more of us, if it happens in our presence, need to call it out. Yeah, where we see it, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, cool. That was a great answer, and I always say that about the victim part is sometimes people just interject that word at any time and say victim mentality, victim Olympics, and all this goofy stuff when no one is doing anything but just acknowledging that they were victimized. And it doesn't mean that, hey, I want you to feel sorry for me. It doesn't mean that, hey, I'm going to end my life. It doesn't mean that I'm going to bow down and grovel to you. I'm just saying that in this specific act, in this circumstance or scenario, I was victimized. Why is it's just like saying someone that was a victim of being forcibly assaulted, right? Those people that had that happen to them are victims, but many of them have overcome that circumstance of them being victimized, and they don't go through their life as a victim mentality. But if you look at the atrocities that happen to them, they may be a victim of police brutality or a victim of forcible assault. They may be a victim of being denied an FHA loan or a GI Bill. That doesn't mean that if I was redlined out of a neighborhood, I was victimized by an institutionally anti-Black system. It doesn't mean that I'm living my life as a victim. It doesn't mean that every person I see on the street, I'm saying, look what they did to me. But it still doesn't negate the fact that I was victimized. So what they try to do is make it a very pejorative and attach every negative connotation to it. And all people are doing right now is collective. Everyone is vying for some sort of victimhood status. So when it comes to black people specifically, they say, hey, you're not oppressed, you're not a victim. So then they get a bunch of contingent of people to say, you know what, we're not oppressed, we're not victims. And then you know what they turn around and say? Every other group, we're victims. Hold on, I thought y'all just said victimhood was bad. We're victims. They called us the Kung Flu. We need an Asian hate bill. We're victims. We thought the election was stolen. Let's storm the Capitol. Right? All of these are people acting on their victim proclivities, but it's not seen as that, right? When when slave owners got reparations, that and they were asking for reparations, they weren't begging, it wasn't a handout. When other people ask for reparations, you're a victim, why are you asking for that? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You see what I'm saying? It's all in the framing. But we have been joined by two illustrious guests, Mr. Bess and OG Patrice, and I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Bess rock out, and we're going straight to OG Patrice. Mr. Bess, you there?
Oh yeah. Salute to the
Go ahead and rock out.
the panel. You know what I mean? Salute to Easily Riggs. Salute to Be Easy Riggs. Everybody on the panel. Can y'all hear me? Okay, perfect. Salute to definitely
Yeah,
the
you good.
ladies. You know what I mean? Salute to my sister Anifa Nala. Salute to OG Patrice. Yes. Thank you, OG, for that conversation earlier. You definitely, as always.
Salute.
But yeah, let me say this: cyberbullying is not funny. It's not right, and that's why I make the content that I make. My content is about spreading the message and not spreading anything else. I don't care about views. I don't care about subscribers. I don't care about none of that. I mean, that's not what I'm in this for. I'm in this to be a resource and to be a help, and that's what I'm in this game for. Now, if anything else comes with it, it is what it is. It's the cherry on top. But my cake is really, being a servant and doing my best to serve. I mean, the people on here and my team and to provide that service to everybody around me. But that's that. Now, you know what I mean? Like, the whole doxing and foolishness that people are doing on here is despicable. I just wonder who raises them and do they have anybody that they care about in their family that even, do they have any level of decorum or respect or responsibility or relationships or anything? You know what I mean? So I definitely support what Sister Anifa saying 100%. That's the same way I feel about everything, especially when it comes to our people. We have no sense of just being, of showing pride and showing, our true, African, I'm saying, origin and just really saluting ourselves as a people. We rather degrade ourselves and salute ourselves, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? So ever be on that time. As far as the phone thing, I'll say this, we got to get out of this really overly monogamous mindset where we just think that somebody just always going to be in reality. Reality is people have experiences. Everything in our environment has an experience. You know what I'm saying? So if it got to get to the point where you got to search somebody's phone because you're so weak and insecure that you got to search their phone, that's a problem. That's a you problem. That's not a them problem. Even if they are doing something and they are stepping out, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, my thing is that person still coming home? Are they still handling responsibilities? Are they still taking care of kids? If the answer is yes, then I don't really know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick your battle. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I don't sweat the small things. I sweat the big things. So, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody coming home with no diseases or they ain't pregnant or whatever. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's something that you can't really even do nothing about. You can't control what somebody's going to do when they're not in your presence. We all are adults. You know what I mean? The only time our presence was controlled, you know what I mean? Even that was tested once we became like teenagers and adults was our parents. Our parents controlled that. You know what I mean? They can control our every move, control what we watch, control what we eat. This, that, and the third. But once you're an adult, can't nobody control that, whether you're right or wrong. So people got to get out of that weak mindset. Understand that whoever you're with, things may happen. And you just going to have to deal with it. It's life. Life has no favoritism. And life is going to test you. And things are going to happen. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So don't be jealous. Don't be insecure. Don't be none of that. And the more secure you are in your relationship and you show the security, man, those things don't happen. You know what I mean? Because that person is like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? They're secure. But if you show weakness or you show that you're insecure or you show that you're trying to control that person, oh yeah, it's gonna happen to you. You know what I mean? More than once. You know what I'm saying? And more than likely it will. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's my spill on it. You know what I'm saying? OG Patrice, you can definitely rock out. You know what I mean? I'm not here for a long time, but I am here for a good time. So if OG want to rock out, go ahead, OG.
Yeah, I know OG definitely is coming to join us on the late night, so we always gonna let you have the floor. And Miss OG Patrice, how much of the stream have you listened to? Are you able to just go, or I could just set an alley up for you?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Would you mind setting it up for me
Yeah,
again, please?
absolutely. So the topic and the premise that we're discussing is how people are addicted to entertainment and somewhat overloaded or overdosing on their addiction of entertainment. We typically use social media as the primary focus of entertainment, but going to the malls and clubs and shopping as a form of entertaining, Netflix and watching HBO and meaningless, frivolous shows all day as a form of entertainment, playing the games all day, Call of Duty, Candy Crush, all these things are forms of entertainment that people could very well be addicted to, that they're in denial of addiction to. So we start focusing mainly on just the social media aspects. And so far, we've talked about the mental health issues that arise from there, i.e., anxiety, depression, senses of low self esteem, by you trying to compare yourself to everyone, the time management aspect where people are procrastinating, neglecting personal responsibilities that are actually more important than scrolling all day and trying to do TikTok challenges. We also talked about the relationship problems that could arise from people dedicating more time to online personalities and strangers rather than the people that they actually say that they love and behold dearly. Then we got to cyberbullying, where people are increasing the likelihood of them being a perpetuator of cyberbullying and or a victim of cyberbullying. And we have three more, so I'm gonna just add this fifth one and you can go from there. And it's also privacy concerns. So people can, being on social media can lead to the oversharing of personal information, and it could increase the risk of, identity theft and other cyber crimes, i.e., doxing. So you being on there and you may be divulging some intimate details about your life and thinking, hey, I'm on a panel, I'm in a safe space, and you may tell something about a past addiction that you had, a past abusive relationship you were in, some things that you were kind of foolish or immature. And some people will, yeah, tell me that, spill the tea, and they will make it seem like it's a nurturing conversation and that they're trying to be constructive, but all they're doing is trying to gain dirt on you that they can further use as ammunition to dox you, humiliate, and ridicule you. So basically, I just want you to touch on any or all of those aspects of how they contribute to people being heavily addicted to entertainment.
Right. Well, you just said a mouthful. Woo. I think our problem is that we've become a lot of us, has become, and I'm not necessarily saying nobody on this panel, but when I'm saying us, I mean in general as a whole, has become addicted to the entertainment of social media, unfortunately. I think especially for us now, when I'm saying us, I mean us as a people, specifically black people have become addicted to the entertainment part of it, because I have said a couple of times that I think a lot of times we don't take things serious enough, and we play too much on here, right? And then when things do tend to get serious, they go left really, really quick. And we know in these YouTube streets, there's been a lot of cyberbullying. There's been a lot of doxing, unfortunately, that has led to people having to take out, order protections. People have literally put paws on other people. I don't know if y'all know about some incidents, but I've been in some other spaces where this is actually happening. And it's women doing it to women, men doing it to men.
Hold on, OG Patrice, just so we're clear, and you don't need to say any names, but when you're saying the specific incident that happened, are you saying that someone flew and pulled up on someone and met and turned into an altercation? A
Oh,
physical
absolutely.
altercation? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. They happen to be in the same place at the same time for a specific event, right? And they have been beefing with this person, and they
So,
put paws on.
Patrice, did they dox themselves? Because the last part that I was just talking about was privacy concerns,
Uh-huh.
oversharing of personal information, and sometimes people, like i.e. PNB Rock, had a lot of jewelry. He was a very successful man, and he wanted to tag his location. And I'm not saying that he deserved what happened to him, but sometimes people, hey, I'm OG Patrice. I'm pulling up at Popeyes on 63rd and MacArthur. It's like, look, go enjoy your time, because you might be putting your significant other. What if you there with your kid, right? And then now you have ops and you put them in there by the oversharing of personal information that didn't serve you any type of purpose. So you can just kind of pick it up from there.
But yeah, this was like a public forum event, right? That this big content creator was going to be at, and the person that this content creator was beefing with went to this same event, and they saw each other, and pause was put on each other. And from what my understanding is that one had to get an order of protection. They in court and everything. It's crazy. Like, people don't understand how a lot of these things has led to so many other things.
What led up to it? Was it just a disagreement on a panel? Was it something personal outside?
Calling each other out, trying, what they call, quote unquote, again, this exposing of somebody, and then the doxing of somebody. And, that led to, oh, so you dox me. So, okay, I know you're going to be at this event, and I'm finding out you here. I'm going to this event too, and I'm gonna pull up and see if you got all the smoke for me then. Like, this type of stuff is going on. You know what I mean? And that's what happened and it was two guys. That's what happened between them. And hands was put on. Then it's the order of protection. Now they going to court. It's just crazy, right? And it's a lot of doxing I'm seeing happening with females content creators that are on the beef sector. See, I didn't even know that all these different sectors exist. And you know how you could be just scrolling and see something in your algorithms, and it's a little different. You click on it, and I accidentally clicked in the beef sector, and I'm like watching these Black women go at it. They are calling the police on each other, like reporting alleged crimes that the other person supposed to have done, pulling up. Just, it's crazy. It's crazy what I see. Cyberbullying, backdoor sneak stuff, and it's sad. Unfortunately, I just spoke on something that happened to me. I mean, it's just and I had been keeping it for 2 years, and people didn't know. A lot of time, if you don't know stuff and people don't know, like, the ones that do it the worst are the ones that do it sneaky behind the scenes and then hide behind other people. And it's unfortunate, right?
Correct.
So,
and, Patrice, I just want to say real quick, thank you for sharing that. And the reason why I was just asking to, kind of get you to expound on that is because some people think that, hey, they can just say anything, and we're not advocating for violence here, but what we're
Exactly.
saying is there's virtual reality and actual reality. So in the virtual reality, you may be able to cyber bully people, but some people might come to your location and want to bully you in real life. So
Absolutely, absolutely. It was two females, on social media, and they was into it over a guy, and they was coming at each other on their platforms. And one of the ladies pulled up on the female and deleted her. Like this is real. This stuff has happened over the last I would say 3 years now, because that happened before COVID. So like this is real life, and people don't realize that it's real people out here for real that will pull up. Like, and to think that you can think you can say and do anything to people, whether it's in front of other people on platforms, or whether it's behind the back and you sneak doing some stuff. Like, it's people out here for real that will pull up, and I think people need to be careful, and they take people for granted, thinking, yeah, just cause I'm 1,000 miles away, I ain't got to worry about that person. When people really are pulling up on people now. Depending on it's all these different sectors, all these different cliques, and how they try to pit people against each other, and oh, you mad at them, so I'm mad at them, so I want you to be mad at them, and if you don't be mad at them, then I ain't rocking with you, then now I'm gonna expose you. It's just crazy, and people are getting on these platforms crying out for help, telling their life stories, telling things about them, and then what they do when they fall out with the person, the content creator, turn their back and stab them in the back, and tell all their secrets and expose all of the stuff that they told them when they was cool. This type of stuff is happening, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that Black people have been social engineered and indoctrinated into just entertain people all the time. So we just play too much with the entertainment, right? Like we do. We don't take a lot of things serious as we should. And it's real shit that's happening out here. Excuse my friend. But like it's real stuff going on in real life out here. And we got bigger fish to fry than to be fighting so much with each other, unfortunately. But we would rather do that while the world continues to go and we continue to lose and be behind the 8 ball, and every other ethnicity here, race is winning. They winning because we too busy fighting each other. It's unfortunate, but that's what I'll say about that. I'll digress.
cool. Thanks a lot, OG Patrice. You definitely said a word. And we gonna go to Ozzy Oz. You there, bro?
Oh yeah, it was good. I'm here.
What's good, bro? How much of the stream have you heard? You been paying
Yeah,
attention
I
to?
heard it. Heard a lot. I'm like the other lady. She works from home, so that's why I'll be up when the family is asleep. But no, I heard a lot. So yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
agree. I agree with the whole overload of the entertainment. Everybody going on viral in meta spaces and this altered reality. So yeah, I do agree with that. But there's a flip side to it, though.
Was it speak on the flip side?
The flip side is that we get information, that we didn't know before. We get these spaces like this is why like I be following you, like y'all got me come up here again. Like, I was like, all right, I ain't gonna pull up on their YouTube platforms. I'm like, damn, now the relationships like they talking about some real shit. So like for men, it would be like the barbershop scene. Like for women, like back in the day, it would be more like that woman circle like around the kitchen table, and they would talk. So I'm just saying like those type of spaces before they were private and it was still kind of limited, but now we got like your platform where especially for a lot of men, we can say things that we haven't said before and feel comfortable about it to where it's almost therapeutic, where it kind of like strengthens people for better, because you're like, oh shit, this person's going through the same thing as me, and I'm not a weirdo out here. So, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just saying like there's that space too. But I think
No,
it's just the way.
it definitely makes sense. That's why.
Yeah,
So the therapeutic part is a good point that you make, because this is a form of therapy. It doesn't mean that everyone on these spaces or panels are licensed therapists. It just means
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
the venting, the process, the brainstorming, the enlightenment, that is a therapeutic process. Just like sometimes people they do aromatherapy, or they use a meditative form of therapy, or they use fitness or water as form of therapy. So being able to vent, interact, and build camaraderie, that could definitely constitute as
and be
therapy.
easy. Sorry to
Hold
interject,
on,
but,
OG.
and I get
OG,
what you're
1 second.
saying. But some of them need to be on the couch.
OG.
Like some of them need to be on the couch for real.
Mm. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. I just want to say, Ozzy, man, thank you for enjoying, our platform, man, and building with us, man. I know a lot of times when we have people come up here and join our platform, we don't take time to thank them. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you, brother. Thank you for rocking with us. I definitely love your vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I
yeah,
appreciate it.
man,
I
like thank
appreciate it
you
too.
for
I ain't
just
trying to
showing
cut
us
you
that
off,
love for
man.
real.
And you know what? I got an example of that. Exactly what this whole subject is about, right? So you see, I'm really like candid and straightforward. Like I don't lie. Like my nickname comes off of my last name. I show my face and I show my picture, and I'll talk about like my wins and losses, what I'm good at and what I'm bad at, need to improve, and like everybody else. So I mean that's just me, and it's not a fake. Cause I remember when I had a coworker I used to work with selling insurance, and he looked at me. He said like, "Yo, this is really you." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "The way you act and all this, and what you be talking about." I'm like, "Yeah." It was kind of weird, kind of set me back. But then when I went back and talked to my girl, she was like, "You just different." So I was like, "Oh shit, like that's crazy." But I say all that to say, you say all this entertainment overload, right? I I ended up with your channel because to me, I'm a more energy and spiritual person, and I was basically on the vibe where like in my job, because I deal with selling media, and I got a second job totally opposite. Just I got overnight type of shit. I'm trying to get the money because the price of eggs went up, so it fucked up all the economy. I don't know if anybody gets that, but yeah, basically everybody get out here and get some more money. But nah, the way I found this channel, um, I was talking to my cousin. She's like really like older sister to me, and we were talking, and then like I came onto this platform because I'm like how you saying everyone's addicted to all this overload entertainment. Like yo, I'm like there's gotta be something real, something factual out there, something that's based in like substance, not on some bullshit. And I was like, it's got to be something out there, and that's what led me to knowledge and relationships. Because I look back and I'm thinking, I'm like the only thing I have that's not like my social platform is just Facebook because that was a college thing, and then like YouTube because I got these other emails. But with it, like I said, on my avatar, it's always my picture, so I'm always real with it. I was like, I really like all my other platforms. It's all business related, and it's not even on a social thing. So that's how I knew like I could separate myself from this, and basically I say all that to say like that's why I appreciate the channel because it's real, it's got substance to it. Now I don't know, I just don't get the entertainment overload. Like I get it, but it just can't apply to me. And I understand why people get into it because it's a systematic thing. Like even if you don't want to use the phone, you have to be online. You have to use the phone. You gotta use the computer because everything is connected to it. So it's kind of like if your mind is kind of weak, it's not strong enough. Just because that device is there, you might end up just going to a rabbit hole of just going some bullshit entertainment, which is fine. Everyone needs to be entertained. I get it. You don't gotta be serious all the time, but like how y'all been saying this whole conversation, like it could just get too deep and just get into it. Like OGT saying, people pulling up on other people and having beef, bringing online to like in real life on some RL, like how the young people say it. Like I could tell like y'all on the older wave, but I'm a little younger, but yeah, definitely understand that OG Patrice is right. Do you hear these little niggas in the drill music talking about, yo, send the Addy, we gonna slide? All that is in basic terms, like, yo, send your address, which is crazy. Send your address, and then we gonna come, and then we about to shoot it out, like, on some real shit. So, like, that's the problem with the whole cyberbullying, where it gets a little bit, it gets crazy. I understand, like, I agree with y'all, like, yeah, you can shut this shit off, like, just shut it off. But the only thing, you got that other world into it, where they bring from online, and they bring it in real life. And they do this. Because sometimes, like, back home, even though I'm not back in Philly all the time, I got something like, yo, calm down. But I didn't want to talk too much, but that's the real subject right there.
Right,
no, you good, bro. I just want to say, from what he was saying, just to piggyback real quick, because I do got to get off. I just want to say real quick, like, that's why I always say our kids are the most vulnerable. You know what I mean? Our kids are the one that's most vulnerable. When you talk about the drill music and all that, that's our kids, and they are the most vulnerable. While we on here fighting about men and women and all this other stuff, our kids are left out there, and they're the ones that's getting deleted on the streets. They're the ones that are being subject to this poison, to this negativity. You know what I'm saying? And we got to elevate our inner man and our inner woman enough, you know what I mean, to go out there and be an example so that our kids can do something better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to do, man. And you know, there is no choice. Our people in a state of emergency, especially our kids in the inner cities, we got to take that seriously. It's not a game. It's not a joke. And we got to put our best foot forward with that. Man, with that being said, y'all, much love to everybody. Salute to everybody on the panel. Salute to Sister Anifa, OG Patrice, Ozzy Oz. You already know what it is, man. Big Rick Slaps, you know what I mean? Much love, Big Rick, big brother. Be easy.
Salute.
You know what it is, man. Holla at me, man. Salute. Definitely, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to our channel. Show us some love, you know what I mean? And, you know, definitely, man, you got any questions about anything in regards to our relationship, feel free to DM. You know what I mean? Feel free to DM me, hit me up. You know what I mean? And just let us know what's on your mind, man. Please leave a comment after our shows. You know what I mean? It helps build up our algorithm, helps us to grow as a channel. You know what I mean? Helps us to build more engagement. You know what I mean? Help us to grow with our movement. So, yeah, much love to everybody, man. I'm out. Peace, y'all.
Peace. All right. I'm getting ready to be out too. Thank you. Appreciate coming.
I was gonna go to you, OG,
Hi,
and
OG Patrice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I just want to say, you know, we need to be careful of what we intake, right? Into our psyche, into our spirits. A lot of content creators, that they don't call them influencers for nothing, right? Because they can influence us. So we have to be very careful. Just the way music influence, regular TV can influence, radio, the mass media, all of these things, social media, all of these things are influences in our lives. You know, it gets into our very psyche, and eventually, if you continue to hear something in repetition, you start to believe or speak it, become it, walk it, talk it. You know, and a lot of people have a lot of time on their hands, obviously. You know, to be on social media as much as they are, and they claiming to be millionaires and claiming to be, you know, all of this, but it's so many clout chasers, right? And that's another thing in our community. It's all about the clicks and the views and the likes and the cash apps and all of that, right? And we're literally becoming charlatans and sellouts and different things as influencers. with YouTube channels, because the bigger and the more numbers and subscribers, it's almost like a cult following. It really is. And a lot of our people, unfortunately, is drinking the Kool-Aid. But I ain't got to drink the Kool-Aid just because you made it. That's how I feel. So be very, very careful and selective about who you are allowing to influence you and get into your psyche and get into your spirit. That's all I'm going to say with that. And thank y'all for letting me come up and rock, and I appreciate it. Everybody have a good night and be safe.
Yeah, thanks a lot,
You too,
Patrice.
sir.
I definitely appreciate it.
All right. Salute.
For sure. And we going straight back to Hanifa because we ain't gonna be here too much longer, but we definitely want to kind of finish out with the stream. So everybody has brought some very substantive stuff to us, speaking on the fact that people being addicted to entertainment and primarily social media. So we already went through 5. Let me go to the 6th one, which is the physical health aspect. So overuse of social media and being immersed in entertainment can lead to physical health problems such as eye strain from you always looking at the screen being too bright, poor posture, for you kind of leaning, slouching in a chair all the time, but also you just sitting for 10 hours on a panel and not walking or taking a brisk jog or sprinting or something like that. And that lack of exercise leads to you having minimal time. So you say, hey, look, I've been on these panels all the time. I don't have time to cook. So now it leads to a poor diet. So you just go eat some fast food or McDonald's. So all of these aspects start to affect not only your mental, but your physical health as well. So could you speak on that, Hanifa, how social media entertainment leads to poor or detrimental health results?
Um, I mean, I think with like as with everything else, it can be. Let me say that it can be, because I think that like with everything in life, social media has its pros. I think the brother just talked about one being we're in the age of information, right? Now to be able to sift through and give proper analysis and dissect the information is a whole nother story. But that is a fact that can be considered one of the pros, the information piece. But I would say we were looking at the cons. It's the distraction. It's the idea that you really begin to believe that this alternate reality is the only reality. And once you believe that, um, you start to neglect your actual reality, which is taking care of yourself. Like you're consuming. Sorry, you're consuming fast food because you don't want to miss nothing online. Because cooking is has a time consumption component to it, right? You might say I gotta cook a meal. It's gonna take me an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever that is, and that's 2 hours that people are giving to social media. And the thing about it is, all of us have been online and we probably scroll. We know what can happen. You can end up in a damn rabbit hole just from scrolling one thing, and then you go to the next, and you look up, and the time has kind of gotten away from you. Um, so I think that's what you're speaking to, which is the distraction of it. It is the um, I don't I hate to even say social media is vampiric, I guess. I don't know if that's a proper word, but it has like this kind of vampire thing. I don't want to say that because I feel like it relinquishes self accountability from us as individuals, right? And we all have the capacity to control our own realities. We determine our destiny, not necessarily eternal destiny, but even momentarily, right? Meaning that you have an agenda for your day. This is what you have to do. We are empowered to control our own destiny in that sense. So I don't even want to say social media as if social media is this like different entity that is very much alive and you know um forcing us, I guess, to make those decisions. I'm a little bit hesitant to do that because I believe in the power of individual self and personal accountability. So yes, it's a distraction. So of course, it's going to pull away from other things. I would dare even say, um, uh, what's his name was up here talking about the children. If social media is controlling your mind and has your mind, then it also has the mind of your children by extension. Because if you're not giving that energy and that time to them, then what is occupying their space, their mind, their time, right? If you are focused on social media and you don't want to be distracted, because let's be honest, especially the younger they are, children need attention, right? We need attention as adults, for goodness sake. But who is occupying your children's space, time, and mind? If social media is occupying yours, and it probably is a different form of media that's occupying your children's mind. So this goes really deep because it really snuffs out our responsibility, our personal responsibility to the people around us, to ourselves, which is what you're talking about, health, to our children, to our communities. We're going to start to see a breakdown, and we're seeing it in communities because this alternate reality makes people think, like, people, for goodness sake, be easy. They follow you, and because they follow you, they think y'all are friends, and they feel entitled to your information, and they feel entitled to your life, and they see a picture of you, and so they think they know you. They see a picture of your significant other, they think that they know your life, right? So I think what happened, we're going to see more of, if we are not deliberate about actually connecting with each other, is a complete breakdown in any type of community, and the first form of community is family. So we're going to start to see more of that happen. Divorce rates going up, right? And because of AI, right? AI is about to be the side piece that's going to be destroying marriages out here. You know what I mean? That's a fact.
Now that's
So,
facts. They got some people that have already been marrying those dolls because they say these dolls don't talk back. They don't give me a STD. This doll is
Nah,
not gonna divorce me, right?
bro.
The
Nah,
doll does whatever I say, and I'm
bro,
not
bro, yeah.
advocating for it or saying what's right or wrong. What I'm
mhm.
saying is this is already here. So
I
people can
Yeah,
say,
mean,
hey, I
bro.
would never do that. It doesn't matter if you would never do that. There's a countless list of people that are currently already doing that. But
yeah.
go ahead and finish your statement, Hanifa.
Yeah, I'm gonna land here. I was just saying that, yeah, it's because it is taking your energy away from the things that probably matters most. And like everyone says, like, if you're, the people always use the example of being in the plane and making sure you give yourself oxygen first. If you can't even give the proper attention to yourself via feeding yourself properly, cooking, taking a brisk walk, getting some sunshine, right? Connecting, socializing with actual human beings, touch. You saw that viral video of that sister that was crying about not being hugged, right? Actual touch. If you are not taking care of yourself in that capacity, then you're not taking care of the people around you. You can't, because you have no life to give, because you have not even given yourself the proper oxygen to do so. Because guess who's taking all your oxygen? This damn AI called social media. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say to that.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go to Big Rig Slaps, and then after that, we'll make our rounds of closing remarks and get up out of here. So, Big Rig, I know you've been listening to everything, so I'm gonna give the seventh because we can do a lot more than seven, but I just a lucky number seven want to touch on these issues that arise from the entertainment and social media, and the grand one of them all is the addiction, right? So when we're talking about the overload of entertainment and social media, which is under the umbrella of entertainment, just like a drug, it can lead to certain cravings, right? It can lead to withdrawal symptoms, and an inability to quit using the platform, because some people are, and they'll complain about social media, and I say, hey, delete the apps. Oh, well, I can't do that. Well, hold on. What is, like Khalifa is saying, what is stopping you from deleting the app? There's no gun to your head saying don't delete the app or else. You're telling yourself that you don't want to delete the app, but you're also complaining about the toxicity on these apps. So you are addicted, but are not willing to say anything. And it's just like a drug, right? You stop doing the drug, and then your body has these crazy reactions. And, you start feeling like Pookie from New Jack City, because you like, man, I need to get back online. I'm this much of a fiend. And it may seem like I'm being facetious, or nah, bruh, you can't compare that type of addiction. Actually, you can, because when some people wake up, what do they do? This is not all, but this is a let's just say a consequential amount of people wake up, they roll over, and what's the first thing they do? They don't go wash their booty, they don't go brush their teeth, they start scrolling through social media. So they care more about what a stranger says than them actually brushing their gums. How was that not an addiction? How was that not you say that, hey, at least I'm not doing coke, at least I'm not doing meth. I mean, you kind of are doing like some virtual meth. You know what I mean? That's what it's equivalent to and akin to. So go ahead, Big Rig. You can speak on the addiction aspect of, you having a craving, to like just check your phone at random times in conversations, or, you keep checking your phone or mindlessly scrolling. So just kind of summarize everything we talked about and how it ties into ultimately being addicted to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be like brief with it, bro, because I mean, it's speaking on myself, man. It's just a fact, man. I check my phone. You know what I mean? Like I don't have notifications on my phone. I turn all those off, so I don't have that. But I do check my phone. I go on YouTube a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's my new television. So I always check that out to see, if some people are, doing their thing, or a new story or new mystery or something. I'm just guilty all the way around. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's not a good thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it needs to be fucking definitely fixed and worked on. And this was it's a great topic, man. It kind of forces kind of a mirror in my face, because
Speaking of mirror, I actually got a photo of you on social media. That's Big Rig when he on social media.
Nothing is calling me pictures.
Ozzy, is that you?
Calling me.
Ozzy, what you know about the New Jack City?
Don't put that on, Big Rig.
Oh, my bad. Ozzy, is that you?
Nah, hell no.
When I used to be on my SoundCloud Tough, that was for sure me, man, because I'd rather see, like, let me see what kind of views I'm getting. Let me see what somebody's saying. If somebody hit me, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I don't even know Big Rig, but I just got a feeling like that can never be him.
Nah, Big Rig.
Crackhead on the block.
I wouldn't let this happen to Big Rig. But Big Rig, I know
that's funny as hell.
Big Rig, did you have anything else to say before I move on to Ozzy?
No, I did, man. Go ahead, let Ozzy rock, man.
All right.
Nah, man. I just
literally let Ozzy rock, man.
Oh, okay.
We got that.
Sure.
All right. Hey, well, we about to shut the stream down, Ozzy. So could you go ahead and just give a grand summary of everything you heard tonight, and touch on your point, about the addiction. So let me just run through it real quick about several issues that arise when people are overloaded, addicted to entertainment. So there's the mental health issue aspect, the procrastination time management aspect, the relationship problems that could arise, the cyberbullying, the privacy concerns of doxing, the physical health, which could lead to your poor posture, lack of exercise, etc., and complete addiction where you are craving, having withdrawal symptoms, and just the overall inability to quit using the platforms. So any direction you want to go, just give your closing remarks and give us a good summary. Ozzy, go ahead, brother.
Okay. I mean, to the over addiction, that's just up to the individual, man. Just have a strong mind. Like, you can't get just duped for everything. Like, the AI is for real, is out there. So I don't know. Just don't fall into that trap. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, just read between the lines. Like, I mean, I think I said it before. Like, the price of eggs are like $10 a carton. It's crazy. To me, that's more a telltale sign something to be paying attention to, because that means, like, yo, some shit's got to be fucked up out here. Like, our next president, he ain't got locked up, and now he's about to come back, run, and probably win. So, I mean, I'll just say all that to say, man, just, I don't know. It's all the individual. Like, what did Jeezy say? He said, you can't, you can lock my body, but you can't lock my mind. That's the best way I can wrap it up with that. The mental health shit is real. I think people just need to just check in when people like randomly call. And I've been calling people I know, just randomly calling them like, look, I know I don't talk to you, but you good? I mean, just do that, because that mental health shit is real. I think too much shit has got passed on for generations, not got approached until now. So I get that side of it. But please, this oversensitive shit, like, yo, we gotta chill out. I don't care about being canceled. That shit is fake. And the cyber bullying, like, they just need to cut it off. But just know, anybody, like, you don't listen to drill music and these young bulls talking about, yo, send me an addy and we got the slide, and they doing all this through Twitter, and next thing you know, like, you see something in the 6-7 o'clock news, like, nah, that shit is for real. And yeah, man. And Hanifa, I believe everything you say, because you're not in the U.S., right?
Sorry. Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Because you said where you at, you was like, it's a different time. I thought you was out there in the islands because of your accent and everything. But
Yeah, I am from the islands, but no, I'm in the U.S. I'm just working overnight tonight.
oh God, I got you. But now I just want to say salute to everybody, and just appreciate the live and the platform, and I mean that's it for me.
Hey, Ozzy, did you pull up on us last weekend or last week?
Nah, I seen a lot of stuff, but again, that's where the whole thing comes in, having a strong mind, because like I can see social media or like any online platforms, but I know how to disengage from it. So I seen.
No, I'm just saying. I'm wondering if you pulled up to our stream last week.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay, you kind of sound familiar. I was just wondering if that was you.
Yeah, I think I did. I was talking about like the jealousy thing and all that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I appreciate you, stopping back through, bro, because I thought, that was you that stopped through last week. So I thought I recognized your voice and your swag.
I have to remember. Appreciate it. But see that part right there, and I swear I won't stop talking, because I know it's late. Everybody gotta get off. But that part right there, like, we should forget when the fuck we was online last time. And that shows, like, because I could just tell, I don't know your person in your regular lives. I could tell, like, you can actually, like, have a balance, get online, and do what you got to do throughout the day. So I think that's just a good thing. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot when I was, because you was busy handling real life shit. That's all I got to say.
All right, for sure, Ozzy. And so we're going to go to Hanifa real quick. But before we do that, hold up, because we did, hold up. Just bear with me. Uno momento. Okay, because we were talking about earlier about these dolls, right? And some of these dudes are like, hey, look, I'm not even dealing with any real women anymore because, hey, why? I could just get this doll. And I'm not willing to give up on human beings like that. But some people already have. And you think that, bruh, be easy. That's crazy. No, what's crazy is that this is a doll.
Yeah, that is crazy.
What's crazy is that this is a doll, a real life doll that you can buy and do whatever proclivities you want to do intimately. This is a doll. Some people got girlfriends that don't look like this.
Nah.
So what I'm saying is people gotta wake up, and I'm gonna bring up one more visual, and Hanifa,
How
you
the
can
hell they
just
got that
fill.
much standing up like that, bro?
They can't make a good mac and cheese dish.
Hold on, Big Rig, you sound tempted, brother.
They
How
can't
the
make
hell
good
she
mac and
standing up
cheese.
like that, bro?
You sound tempted. But
No, I'm just that
Nah,
shit
he
just
just said
wild as
that
hell,
shit.
bro. They so wild.
the bunny rig. So Hanifa, I want to bring up this visual. Just let me know if you could see that. Could you see that, Hanifa?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so it says your diet is not only what you eat, it is what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, the people you hang around. Be mindful of the things you put into your body, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So could you give us a closing remarks and somehow tie this into it and everything that we said tonight?
Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the different ways that we actually consume what's in our environment, which then has a molecular and a cellular um, impact on us, and it actually dictates our behavior. Um, so yeah, it's not just what we eat. Consumption is not just what we eat. It's kind of what we listen to, what we discuss, because words, words is energy, and um, what we're listening to on here. Like if we just pay attention, sometimes you might be watching something that's really toxic, and then you're going about your day and you just feel like intensely frustrated, and you for the life of you can't figure out why, right? And it's almost like that energy done jumped off on you, right? Because it's already now disturbed your spirit, and you can't really, sometimes we can't connect the dots, and it takes a certain level of cultivating self-awareness, being able to stop, pause, and say, wait, let me trace this back, because I was fine this morning. So why all of a sudden I feel this way? So yeah, it's like those little things that matter. I'm all about self-awareness. But it's definitely not just what we eat, it's also what we watch, what we listen to, what we read. We talk about social media a lot, but don't forget written media. Okay. The books that you read, the articles, the newspaper. I think one of the biggest ones, especially for our elders, is the consumption of the news, right? That can really put them in a low um, uh, feeling about just life, a sense of hopelessness, because the news is, you don't report unless it's something negative, right? So I like that ending part. Be mindful of the things you put into your body, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. The conversations that you're having, like this is a good conversation, right? What are you getting out of it, right? What are you pouring in, and what are you getting out? Because if you're trying to pour in positivity into a conversation, whether it's individually or with a group of people, and you're pouring in positivity, but you are only receiving back negativity, like reciprocity matters. Now, I don't believe that reciprocity means sameness, right? It doesn't mean because you give me a nickel, be easy, that reciprocity means I also have to give you back a nickel. Maybe I don't have a nickel. Maybe I only have a penny. So maybe that's all I have to give. That doesn't take away from the fact that I have reciprocated, right? Your offering. So I don't believe in sameness of reciprocity. However, if you're looking for positivity and so you think if you put it out there, you're going to receive it back, but you're only receiving negativity back, then you got to remove yourself, because I'm telling you, because I've been there before, being in a certain environment for too long and spending too much time in those spaces or environments or conversation or amongst those people, it can begin to change you. And I think we really have to start to expand our thinking around the biology and function of this intelligence that we call our bodies and our minds, right? Your skin, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, your skin, your pores on your skin. These are all things that are constantly receiving information from the environment that you are in, and then it's sending that information to your cells, and your cells are adjusting themselves accordingly. I tell people all the time, there is no right and wrong to the universe. And when I say universe, I'm saying like your cells. There's no right and wrong. There is no, oh, this is bad information, so we're not going to receive it. No, there's only yes, sir, yes, ma'am, as you wish. That's it. That's it. Your cells are not going to fight against the orders that they are receiving. That's just not going to happen, right? And so we do have to be more careful and cognizant, and a little, I think a big thing that's lacking is self-awareness. And I think it's lacking because it requires a certain level of stillness and quietness that we often don't make time for. And yeah, that's it. Hence all the distractions. And I think some of it is deliberate. Because the more that I can get you consuming media, the more that I can keep you in the consumer position, the more I can make you buy, the more you line my pockets. So we just gotta be aware of all of this stuff. And I think it just requires a certain level of awareness. So that's all I got. Be easy. I'm gonna head out.
Okay, I got you.
Thanks
But
for coming out,
Hanifa, we
Hanifa.
definitely are you still on the Instagram, Hanifa?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit you up. I remember I hit you up a while back to do some content because your intellect is definitely very valuable. So I will get up with you. Thank you for coming and
And I seen
contributing on the
Hanifa come
life.
with that smoke too, though. Be easy. Hanifa ain't no joke.
I know. I already know. That's why I've been steering clear.
She
But
cool and everything over here, but she will come with that smoke, boy.
Yes, I will. I definitely I am fire. I am an Aries. I do not hide that. I do not hide it.
okay, good.
But I have been I've been a social, I've been on sort of a break. So if you sent me a message and I haven't responded, please don't take it personal. I've kind of just been away
I know.
from
I
it
was like,
all.
damn, Hanifa, what I do to you?
Yeah, no, I have not. And I haven't checked my Instagram messages since December. So please don't take it personal. But I am trying to slowly get back in, not fully, but slowly. So I'll make sure I go and check. Be easy, not a problem.
Okay,
And I
cool.
want to thank you brothers for allowing space for me to come and hang with y'all. I really appreciate it.
Nah, you always got
We
space over
appreciate you.
here. And Hanifa is one of the solid ones. So like all of the incels that be on that hate black people or black women, nah, none of that stuff ain't over here. Hanifa got the type of demeanor in the family that you ride for. So we ain't just allowing any type of disrespect. However,
Right.
Hanifa, I do love you, but I gotta do this to you.
Oh yes,
I
you know
love
it's funny.
love you.
Thank
I
you
was
for
gonna let her
reminding
live,
me.
man. I heard it last
I
week.
ain't letting you live, Hanifa. I love
No, I appreciate it because you know what? I came down here, everybody went to bed, and I came down here and I said, dang it, and I didn't want to get my husband up. And now I've adjusted my hair into it, so I don't even hear it no more. I was like, thank you. So I'll make sure my husband get on that in the morning. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Shout
Congratulations
out.
on being married.
Yeah, shout out to your husband. He is a very you guys are a very
It is.
privileged couple.
W.
But you know it's all fun and games.
Yeah. All right, you guys, have a pleasant night and be safe in whatever you do for the rest of the day. Take care.
Oh yeah, we about to shut it down.
China.
And Jay Takashi, we definitely
Salute to
was about to
Jay.
shut it down. So you gonna be giving your opening and closing, but I also want to hit y'all with this because I'm telling y'all these dolls is real. If y'all don't
Yeah, I
want
gotta
the
answer
skinny
that.
ones, they got the chubby ones for you.
Hell
These
nah,
are
man.
all dolls, bruh.
I can't
And
do
they
mac and cheese, bro.
and for the chicks, they
What
got
the
dudes
fuck?
for the chicks. And they got, bruh, these are all dolls, bro. Go
Hey,
ahead, Jay.
listen, I'm gonna say this. What people? Okay, hold on. Let me just say something because don't worry. It's not like I haven't heard of this. And if y'all seen the movie Megan, you know why these are getting created. People don't give a fuck to interact with other people anymore. And
Hold
I can't
on, this kind of look like that Megan doll. I haven't seen the movie, but this dude
watch.
kind of look
Oh yeah,
like
right,
that
right.
doll.
You easy watch the movie. You'll see what I mean. The only difference is she's made to be a friend to a little girl because
Okay.
interaction. That's what that is. Now I don't recommend that, but But I'm going to say this: people are choosing to do this because, well, many reasons. One, that everybody right here. Well, I'm not saying y'all. I'm saying the climate right here in the U.S. Motherfuckers don't like to talk to each other. They're more prone to speak on the phone and shit like this. So this is right for them because motherfuckers don't like to speak to nobody. They're flawed, and I'm not gonna tease them and like get on their ass for that because the climate of the era that we're in right now, it's like the season of technology and things like that. And you forego technology for the sake of social interaction and just social. Well, I'll say social economics is what I'll say. Like the whole strategy of what we use in order to talk to each other, to communicate, and to get a point across. Talk face to face. We've lost that. I have not lost it because I'm a '90s kid, so I know what the fucking deal is. I prefer that. But the people coming up now. No, like I said, nobody wants to talk to each other. We're too dogmatic. You don't want to compromise. They all suck. And because they all suck, their interactions suck. This goes for females too. I didn't just get on dudes when I said that. I said all of the above. So if this doll gives them some sense of replacement or some type of like, I'll even throw a fetish in there. Clearly that's what that is. Some type of like fulfillment, then hey, by all means take it for me. I'm not gonna use it because I prefer actual ladies, but I can understand people not wanting to be other people because people get
Hold on, you sure, Jay
How does
Takashi?
Jay stay so serious when he's talking about this shit, man?
You sure?
I gotta be serious, bro. This is
You
serious.
sure I
This is
can't
serious
convince you,
conversation.
Jay? You sure
No,
I
that
can't
looks
convince?
disgusting, in my opinion.
Jay, you better not ever come home with one of them things, man.
Why would I ever come
Yeah.
on? Why would I ever come on one of those things, baby? You know me, man. I love women. Actual
Jay, you saying you wouldn't hit Jay? Come on, bro.
Even hey, listen. I have not gone.
How the hell they got them standing up, bro? That's what's fucking me
If you're
up,
from
though. That
Texas,
shit's crazy.
that'll definitely work on a Texas.
Bro,
thing.
they could talk. Some of them can talk too. It depends on how much you want to pay. This one right here costs about $2,000, but shipping is like $300, so about $2,300.
$2,000. Yo, dude, that's the price of a Mac, and I got one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is the price of a bag.
motherfucker. Hey man, hey listen, I told you this. Listen.
But your Mac don't look like this though.
Yo, Mac don't do what she do.
Yo, Mac, come on, bro. Yo, Mac
move?
don't do what she do,
Or
bro.
can do all this other shit? I'm gonna ask all that for $2 grand. That shit better walk and talk like a human.
Jay Takashi gonna
I'm
be
trolling.
going
I'm
in.
trolling. I'm going. I'm trolling. I'm dead ass trolling.
You sure, bro?
I'm dead ass, bro.
Oh shit.
Hey,
I love.
hold on.
Trust me, I love my blood.
Hold on, Jay. Speaking of dead ass.
No,
Speaking of dead,
that's dead as fuck to me. I mean, like I said, I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit for making that because since I am an artist, but hell no.
hold on, Jay.
Eventually be disgusted.
Hey, do you think this would be going against Christian values to like get a doll
Yes.
or marry a doll?
Yes. Yes.
Damn, I couldn't even get the question out. I couldn't even finish the question.
Hey, I'm answering your question. I know listen, I'm from a Christian, brother. You talk to a former Christian. I know that shit's wrong.
Oh,
He said marry one of flesh, not fucking plastic bullshit.
Hey, they in 2023, they saying this is the new Flesh. Have you heard of Fleshlight?
oh, here we go.
I'm
Trash.
just saying, Cuddy.
And guess what? Whoever said that is a fucking liar.
Jay Takashi on one. Salute to Jay. I feel you,
And
bro.
he's so serious, though, J. Cole.
Listen, Michael J. White got in my head, so I'm kind of channeling that motherfucker right now.
Oh, Michael J. White?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I fool with him. He's definitely a beast.
Yeah, man. I'm off because he on some real shit, and I'm just channeling his shit like, nah, that's bull.
Yeah, I definitely respect, bro.
But yeah, man.
He's standing on his square.
Listen, I'll say this. I think majority of black brothers, yes, we want real women, of course, and I don't think that we're ever going to go to. I don't think any man on this panel is going to go for that. Unless it gets, I'll say this. Unless it gets to the point where all women are deleted, which I don't think that's going to happen. That's the only extreme I can see happening, but that's not happening. Nah.
Got you. So was that your call? Was that your?
Bro, what you think about these dolls?
I think. No, I just want to say, hold on real quick, Ozzy. I just want to make sure Jay, because we trying to wrap it up, so I just want to make sure Jay said everything that he needs to say since he came late.
Oh no, that's all I need to say. I'm just gonna say for Cats, just the last part, just to be real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What was it? I just honestly think it's a replacement to make up for what you don't have or what you want particularly. And I'll be honest, I ain't gonna judge them fools. Hey, listen, bro. If them bitches out there like you can't handle them, I can understand that. And then you take pleasure in that. Be my guest. I ain't gonna judge you. Whatever. It's just whatever. Because like I said, I'm tired of judging every fucking person for like something that either they lack or things like that. But
okay, Jay,
hey,
you walked in and you seen your boy with one of them things, what you gonna do?
Niggas, bro.
It'd be cool for you.
Fuck that.
I'm just saying.
Judge.
As long as yeah. Go ahead, brother.
If you pull up to your boy's house and he got one of them dolls and he going hella hard with that doll, what you gonna do, bro?
All right. It's one of my homeboys, which first of all, none of my boys we can't deal with this shit. I know they would. But let me say this: if he came in with one and he said, "Yo, Jay, man, I got one of them things," and I'm like, "Fuck, okay, shit, we gonna get you an MRI scan. We're gonna take your ass to the doctor, and then after that, we're gonna get you a real bitch." And listen, I don't even go to the strippers club. I'm heavily against that. I'm gonna have to throw a stripper his way. That ass. Shit. No, fuck that. That's a stripper. We'll give him an escort. That's what we'll get him.
People are talking about, hey man, I got one of them things.
I'm like, fuck that, my nigga. Shit. You one of my homies? Shit. The fuck? That's weird.
Man, I might have to call Cap on y'all, bruh. Cause,
Yeah, Big Easy one.
I'm just,
No,
hey, I might make an investment, bruh. I'm thinking about
That shit
this
was
one or
crazy.
this one.
That one looks pretty real, but it's still fake.
Yeah.
Fake. Not real. Fake.
Hey, Ozzy, where you want me to send yours to?
Send
Where you
that
want?
123 Parkway.
Hey, Philly or Texas?
No.
Hell
Yeah,
nah,
give him the
nigga.
cowgirl one. Give him the cowgirl
Take
one.
that.
That look real.
Hey, I got nigga questions here. Like, can it roll a blunt?
Oh yeah, this more Ozzy style. My bad, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Nah, bro. Nah, that's a little bit too on the lighter side.
Oh my bad.
Bro, like,
So hold on, Ozzy. You exposed
do they got the pro?
You,
Do they got
you
the
do
pro
you
black
do
ones?
yeah. He do want one. He just want a sister.
They got the Puerto Rican version.
Got
They
you.
got the Puerto Rican version.
Say less.
Somebody erased
Yo, can it roll a blunt? Like, we got the nigga question. Like, can it roll a blunt? Can it go on a mission? You know, like send the doll out there to get the money.
What, you trying to send a doll on the blade? You trying to put the doll on the blade?
What is it? 9/10 of the law is possession.
Hey man, Chucky gonna come for your asses. I ain't gonna lie.
He said Chucky.
Fuck, I ain't gonna lie. And that's another reason why I ain't fucking with the dolls. I'm like, nah, nigga, fuck that.
But I don't get it. They giving it up for OnlyFans for mad cheap. Like,
Hey, what about if you get a doll and then you just have like a house or a location where you rent it out and dudes come in and pay to handle their business with the doll?
You go to town with the dog.
That's crazy.
They already got the bunny ranch right with real women. Why not use it with the dolls?
He'll be easy, man.
I'm just saying.
If it gets that
Easy,
much,
bro.
how come they
This
just
dog's getting out of hand.
Hey, I'm just saying, fair exchange is no rob. Hold on, bro. Y'all need to stop catting, bro. So if I charge $20 admission for you to go in there and go unlimited,
$20? Nah, man, I want a real thing. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm breaking. Yo, my
Plus, I
homie
do
got that shit. I'm breaking that shit.
you getting a
Like,
real
real
experience.
Nah, fuck that. I'm breaking that.
You're not.
Be mad at me. I'll pay him the 2,000.
It's a real.
Like,
You getting
bro.
it's a real release.
Dude,
it ain't from a real woman, but you gonna release.
Hell nah.
Yo.
So what? They gonna be an incubator for like holding your seed, and then they make a test tube baby and shit.
Hey, quite possibly that's a different service, man. We gonna be selling surrogates and
man.
I'm just saying, Ozzy.
Dr. Umar talking about population control. What the fuck, man? Yo, I'm out of here.
Group economics.
I'm taking my wife. I'm taking my kids. I'm going to Mars.
It'll be easy. You gotta chill, man.
Hold on, you said you taking your wife?
No, I'm taking my wife and my kids. We going like to Mars, and we going where the indigenous people live. Cause this shit out here.
Yo,
we gonna live off the land.
Yo, I can see it. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I can see a scenario where somebody said, "Yo, son, before you get a real woman, you gotta try this shit out."
Hell no.
Hey, hold on. What did they say? Don't knock it till you what?
Tried it. I've never tried it though.
I'm just saying, Jay Takashi, you talking down, but
I'm just saying, man. Fucked up, protect the kids, man.
Big Rick over there.
I'm against it, but who wants to
man,
Big
all
Rick,
I'm saying is, bro, they're in jail. They got some shit called a Fifi, bro.
Man, all I know,
be taking it down.
If I got either one of y'all this for your birthday, it would be up and it's stuck.
It
would be up and it's stuck.
I'm gonna burn. Listen. I'm gonna burn that shit. Don't waste your money. Keep it.
Bro, that's 2,500 right there.
Hey, Jay's against it.
Jay ain't doing no plan. I got you, Jay.
I'm
got
not.
too much respect.
Dude, I got a bear. Dude, we got a bear in our backyard, bro. I'm about to fuck it. I'll light that motherfucker up like a 4th of July. Shit. Hell no. So please save your money, son. Save your money.
I got you, bro. Big Rig, go ahead, give your closing remarks, brother.
Hey man, this is another good stream, man. I appreciate you brothers, sliding through. It's something about these topics, bro. It just seemed like it just put a mirror in my face, man. I'd be guilty of all kind of shit, but you know what? I'm gonna keep it 100. I ain't gonna lie, and it is what it is, man. But I appreciate y'all, man, and y'all continue to be great.
Cool. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Definitely, this was a dope stream. Jay, what is your page, bro? Go ahead and shout out your page, cause so that the people could look for you. You on Instagram too, or no?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram too. And
Okay.
guys, like I said, just Instagram and me will be the best way of communicating. You know, just when you do
Hey,
collabs.
drop your gram in the back chat, yeah, because I was trying to collab. I couldn't find your page or something. So
Oh
yeah,
no, I
just drop.
got you, bro.
Okay,
Hold on, it's right up here.
and then go ahead and shout out your YouTube page as well.
Definitely. So, all right, copy and paste, and I'm gonna just do the outro for that. All right. So guys, you guys can find me at J Takashi. That's my name is right here. You don't have to type in the kanji part; just type in the freaking English part. But yeah, there it is right there.
Okay,
And
cool.
yeah, and listen, I'll be gone for 2 weeks. I have, like I said, because I got new equipment here. This is my new setup, as everybody can see. I got me a stand and everything, and I'm looking to update the quality of the channel so far. Like I'm on my OBS studio training right now with a brother of mine right now. We about to make that shit even better on the fucking channel. So
Man, I'm trying to figure out how to use OBS. I had a young brother that was supposed to help me. And then he kept catting on me, so I just been
that motherfucker disappeared, bro. He went into the darkness. Shit.
super disappeared, bro. And this is like the second time he did it, so I was like,
oh fuck,
you
that.
know, whatever.
I don't want to say F that motherfucker, but like that ass, like, bro, like, yo, bro. Don't. I told niggas, don't make me promises.
Yeah.
Like, if you tell me you may be able to help me, okay, may.
Nah, he was like for sure, and then he catted, and I was like, all right, whatever, bro.
But
lying motherfucker.
But yeah, bro. So I definitely followed you, Jay. So whenever you get an opportunity, follow me. Ozzy, you got Instagram? If so, leave it in the back chat, bro.
Nah, like I said, all my shit's business related. Only thing I want to push is my fan, like it's my real fan, my cousins. It's called Straight Shooters 94.
Okay.
On YouTube, and they talk about basketball. I market for them, and I'm trying to get them to talk about other sports. So they'll talk about like the big fight, like Tank Davis, and like.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a sports program too. So, but I'm talking about all of it: sports, MMA, NFL, all of them, bro.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I put it in the chat. They talk about some good stuff. They compare like, the draft picks from 03 compared to now. So they do shit like that. Like,
okay.
That's it for me.
All right, cool. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, bro. I definitely appreciate y'all coming through. This was a dope stream. I'm gonna go ahead and run a couple of the visuals, and then we are about to be up out of here, bro. This is another installment of Easily Rigged. Easily rigged.
You are now tuned into another installment of Easily Rigged. This broadcast will be uncompromising, unfiltered, uncut, and unrehearsed. Your support for the program is immeasurable. Thanks to everyone that has contributed to our growth, you are appreciated. Be easy, dad dude. Big Rig slaps two of the dopest to ever do it, you feel me? Put some respect on their name. Enjoy the broadcast.
time for a like intermission. We kindly request that you show love to the channel's creator and platform by leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest content. Liking posts is completely free and helps the algorithm boost our reach. We want to grow the community larger and larger, so thank you all who take the time to support us. It does mean the world to us and doesn't go unnoticed.
Got me leaning like a chomo in the club. I'm 20 deep. I don't be riding solo. Pull some bad bitches, they vanilla and cocoa. They wanna take some photos when we kick it out in Soho. Chicks is showing tits and popping pussy for my promo. Told them like juvenile, baby, move it for me slow-mo. Then I'm right back to the block, cause I keep getting moto. I be flipping, not shrinking. I don't give a fuck about no. This nigga name ain't D-Lo, but these bitches stacking this real forever be my stilo. This is Big Easy, that dude in the trap making pass smooth. If I ever go broke, then I'm about to pull a move. Since a nigga healthy, I don't even gotta worry. With my some Fiji, eating tandoori and chicken curry, that ism is really in me. My game international, I design my own clothes, so I be always looking fashionable. Here's a couple facts about me that y'all didn't know. Some of y'all be getting bread, but I be getting bigger, dog. I got bigger and a whole lot of bad bitches.
You are now tuned into another installment of Easily Rigged. Dad dude, Big Rig slaps two of the dopest to ever do it, you feel me? Put some respect on their name.
They really is on some feminine stuff. I rock up on them with the 40 ounces. It's the definition of adrenaline. What it do is it's sweet like cinnamon puff. my niggas is rough like Willow Pass. Grew up out on Merrimack, but I used to hang on Willow Pass. These homes that I roll with, outcasts and misfits. Better zip lips when you get hit when the fifth spit. Flat line in your fit. Trap habits is black magic, no voodoo. Get the bands like Buku for the cocaine to go cuckoo. Most these niggas is foo-foo, so I'm shitting on them like doo-doo. I can't fuck with y'all like tofu. I'm just saying, man, like Goku. Bad bitches at the house with me watching Netflix or Heroku. Fuck them both at the same time, and I swear to God it was so cool. Street legend, real boss, I call shots cause I'm still saucy. I know some G's to the bike crack on Chirac and then fly back out the mill. When they hear me flow, they say I be burning up, burning up. Cookies to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up. When you hear me flow, say I be burning up, burning up. Cookies to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up.
You are now tuned into another installment of Easily Rigged on the Knowledge and Relationships platform. Your viewership and support is immensely appreciated, and for that, we thank you. Knowledge and relationships